acting cool, cuz. Yeah, what's up, how gangster are you, cuz? I don't fuck with you, cuz you disrespecting me. I don't fuck with you, cuz you disrespecting me.
I go hard, cuz. Hey everyone, this is a late night stream. I know it's very, very random, but I have had quite a few people ask me today in Florida. Y'all know I got a lot of Florida tea sippers, and they have been asking me, could I live stream while they are waiting for Hurricane Milton? Can I talk about the hurricane situation? It has been a long weekend. We had an amazing weekend, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about my party. I don't want to talk about Diddy. I want to just keep this on the hurricane. So that's what we're going to talk about. I'm in my pajamas, just got out the shower, did my skincare routine. I have on no makeup, nothing. So feel free to drag me down below. All I have on is chapstick right now. But I want to come on here late at night and just, stream with y'all, give y'all a chance to talk, get things off of your mind, your chest. Because I know a lot of y'all are like in this. I have a huge fan base in the Southeast. You guys know that's where I started, was in the Southeast. So I really want to just talk to you guys about a lot of things that are going on right now that are bothering me outside of, the diddler and, celebrity gossip and tea. We have real world issues. So I want to hit on that tonight. We will talk about all the other fun stuff, once we find out what happens to the people in Tampa and on, that whole side of Florida, so I want to really just focus on the hurricane, in the comment sections. I want to just talk about what's going on right now. So the reason why, like for me, I've been through hurricanes. You guys know I lived in the Carolinas. I was in the Carolinas during the craziest hurricane season, which was the 2005 hurricane season, where that was the year that Katrina hit. It started in Florida. We got a lot of rain, but it shifted, went down in New Orleans. But then we had to deal with Ophelia. When I was pregnant, I forgot the storm. Let me see. I was looking up some of the 2005 named storms. Let me see it was like hurricane, because I had to go to the hospital during the hurricane. It was coming towards South Carolina. We had a lot of rain. Once I got there, they wouldn't let me leave to go back home to pack. It was crazy. So when I tell you I still have PTSD from the 2005 hurricane season, I do. So I definitely sympathize. I feel like I've lived on every coast. I've dealt with earthquakes when I lived in LA. I'm in Minnesota now, where we get snowstorms, tornadoes. So I've kind of lived through a lot of different disasters, or, I was not say disasters. Let's say weather phenomenons I've lived through, right? So this is really serious, and something about these hurricanes are not sitting well with my spirit. I feel like there's a lot more going on. I have been really busy, as you guys know, planning my party, making sure all of that went off without a hitch. So I was trying to keep up with a lot of the things that were going on in North Carolina. And so I got back home Monday and I just kind of rested because I was exhausted. We had a long weekend. So Tuesday I was like, okay, let me catch up, see what's going on with, the western part of North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, what's going on with Asheville, the Appalachians. And I'm literally finding out that a lot of these people are still there. They're still stuck. Help is not coming. FEMA is telling people who are trying to bring in donations and water and things like that to turn around, to just donate to FEMA. It's been a lot. I was up till about 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday, just watching just different videos, different content creators with boots on the ground, trying to save people. They are saying that there is bodies in the trees, dead bodies in the mud. A lot of people drowned. What I want to say is this. What I've noticed today, because I've been on TikTok, the Hurricane Milton algorithm is going strong. I've been seeing a lot of our people saying they're not evacuating, they don't have the funds. And I get that everybody doesn't have it, right, to leave or to fly wherever they want to fly and, wait it out, or to pay for hotel rooms. But I find it very disturbing when I'm seeing people who are on TikTok dressed to the nines, hair done, nails done, everything done. and you're telling me that you can't even jump on a bus to go to an evacuation center. You know, I don't know if some of y'all just trying to be casket sharp. I'm not sure. What's up, Dexter? What's up with you? Thank you. It was so good meeting you this weekend. Matter of fact, he's one of the heroes. As soon as he left my party, he had to suit up and get down to Florida because he's part of the rescue mission for hurricanes. So a lot of y'all who don't want to evacuate, y'all are putting people like him and others at risk because y'all forget it's not just the wind and the storm. Once that passes, you're basically stuck. So what are you going to do when there's no power? Food is rotting. Water is getting scarce. You can't flush your toilets. You know, I don't think a lot of people are really thinking it all the way through. And I understand times are hard. I'm not trying to sit here from a privileged place like just evacuate. But even if you can't fly and get somewhere, there were local shelters. There were free Uber rides. I don't know if people are trying to do stuff for like social media clout. You know, you have Vicky's tacky ass talking about, oh, she's going to stay and ride out the hurricane because she's never been in a hurricane before. As if it's some type of sightseeing event. Like there are real people affected by these hurricanes. Real people have lost their lives. And these storms are only going to get worse. And you have people, it's one thing if you can't evacuate, but you have people who aren't even prepared. Like I saw videos of people just buying beer. So you're not going to buy food. You're not going to buy any perishable items, just beer. You're just going to be drunk for the next week. Like people are not thinking like once the storm passes, that's the hardest part. Because you don't know if they're going to be able to get to you and when. And a lot of y'all can't live without TikTok. So it's like, what are y'all going to do when the Wi-Fi is out and the phone poles have fallen down and there's no lights? And you have linemen coming from all over the country to reconnect the electricity, but that's going to take some time. You know, so it's a lot. It's a lot going on. So we're going to watch some videos, just different TikTokers, just different videos of people talking about the hurricane. But first, let's start with the mayor of Tampa, because I thought her message was like very, very eerie, very, very eerie. So I want to go ahead and play that really quick here. Let me share my screen. We're going to just, we're going to just sit and chill and watch videos and talk about what's going on. So we're going to listen to her message real quick. Matter of fact, give me just a second here. There we go. Trying to fix my screens and stuff. Okay, here we go.
Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
All right, y'all heard her. And you had a lot of people who were upset. And they were saying, she's fear-mongering. How dare she? But she's telling the truth. Kamala Harris said the same thing.
Please listen.
Hold on, let me pull her up. So let's watch the VP.
To your local officials, because I know a lot of folks out there have survived these hurricanes before. This one is going to be very, very serious. And I urge you to please just grab whatever you need. Listen to the orders you're getting from your local officials. They know what they're telling you, and they know what Milton is about to be. And I cannot stress enough to all the folks in Florida, in the Tampa area, please listen to evacuation orders. Please.
So y'all just heard what she had to say as well. It's a lot. It's a lot. Let's see here. Shanta says, does anyone find it crazy that T is like one of the only channels that you can trust to give correct news? Thank you so much, Shantia Travis. Appreciate you. But, it's the truth. And I've been saying this for years. I've been sounding the alarms on my channel for years. I know a lot of people love to coin me a crazy conspiracy theorist, and I will wear that tin hat proudly. Okay? I wear it proudly. Call me what you want. It is what it is. I remember years ago, 2 years ago, when that ice storm hit in Houston. Houston wasn't expecting that. The ice storm hit. A lot of people died in their apartments because they were turning on stoves, not knowing that you shouldn't turn on a stove in the house. Carbon monoxide. People were not prepared. And we were telling people, me and Lady J were saying, everybody should have some sort of emergency fund. Putting something aside. It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars. From every paycheck, putting aside $20, $50, just some type of emergency fund. You know, instead of buying, you know, those concert tickets or those new shoes, getting a generator. You know, it doesn't have to be the big, super expensive $5,000 one. You can get some that you literally plug in, they charge, and they last like at least a day or two. And they're under $1,000. There's some for $300, $400. And, you know, everybody wants to talk about prep shaming when it comes to preparedness, but nobody, you know, but it's okay if I say I'm selling this wig for $300. No one bats an eyelash. If I say I have a bunch of resale Jordans for $300, nobody bats an eyelash. When I say, oh, hey, there are generators on sale right now on Amazon. If you don't have one, get one. Oh, you're prep shaming. You're an asshole. What? It's like, it doesn't make sense. I don't get it, you know? And it's like, you have to be prepared, because what people are now finding out, what we've been saying for years, no one is coming to save you. See, it was cute when it was black folks in Katrina standing on roofs and, you know, at the bridge and at the Superdome, and, you know, the media was calling them refugees and not coming to get them. People thought that was just a black urban issue. Now we're seeing blonde hair, blue-eyed white people in the Appalachians snapping. They are on TikTok going off. I mean, cussing up a storm, and I don't blame them. They are feeling the same way that black folks felt during Katrina. They have literally been left. People move up to the Appalachians to get away from the big cities. You know, like I said before, one good thing about a lot of people in the Appalachians, they tend to live off the grid. So they have animals, they have chickens and eggs, and they know how to farm the land. But the problem is there's no land to be farmed. You know, that area of North Carolina has totally been devastated, and they're not receiving the help that they need. There's so many little towns that I had never even heard of that are literally been wiped off the map. And thank God for like civilians who are willing to go out there. But something with these storms is not right. There were people who were flying drones, right? Drones with heat sensors, where they can fly them up into the forest up in the Appalachians, and they can sense bodies, humans, anything warm will be picked up on the drones. Then FEMA and the government came out and said that if you are caught flying your drones, you're going to be fined thousands of dollars. Why? Why not get all the help from everybody? If FEMA is too strapped to do it because they have so many different cases, why not allow the people to help find people? I can't believe that there's still been people who are just, it's been a whole week, going on 2 weeks, and they have not been rescued. They've not been heard from. So it is like really, really frightening. I also want to talk about people. Yes, there's lithium. There's all types of stuff going on in those Appalachians. Minerals. And so what I'm starting to see is almost like a repeat of Lahaina. Remember the fires in Hawaii? How they were burnt? The alarms didn't go off. The water wasn't working. I don't know. I just don't believe in coincidences. Firefighters went to try to put out the fire. They connected to the hydrant and no water comes out. And then you have investors coming in, buying up these lands. Lahaina has not bounced back. Because, see, we get hit with one disaster after another. And then the news cycle moves so fast, we forget we're on to the next story. Just like, remember that huge freeze that happened on the East Coast. And like, I want to say it was like Massachusetts area, Connecticut. Remember that huge freeze, that huge nor'easter that came in? And people froze to death trying to walk to the store in the middle of a storm and had to be dug out. A lot of those communities have not bounced all the way back yet. So, you know, I'm not trying to like be an alarmist, But these storms are getting bigger. They're becoming more precise. The waters are getting warmer. And I never even understood. It's almost like by design. Even in the Bible, it says you don't build your home on sand. I never understood why year after year they were building closer and closer to the waters. Why year after year they were destroying the natural barrier reefs. Why would you want to have a home on a sandbar? Why would you even make that an option for people? Now you have people in Florida who have homes on the sandbar. Sand is literally up to like their second floor windows. It's so much sand that's been pushed in from the ocean. Whole islands are just ruined. It doesn't make sense. You know, so it's just really frightening when you think about like just all of the destruction. These are people's livelihoods. These are people's, you know, your home is your everything. You know, your home is your castle. That's where you reside. That's where you raise your family. People are literally going to bed and waking up and there's nothing there. Their communities are gone. And so nobody should feel so comfortable as to, because I see a lot of also people pointing fingers and being almost like, ha, 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 I don't live in Florida. That's why I don't live in Florida. That's why I'm in the Midwest, or that's why I'm in LA. As if y'all aren't dealing with forest fires. Some of the worst forest fires in modern times. As if y'all are not getting earthquakes every other month. Some of the biggest earthquakes, back to back to back, have been hitting Cali. Midwest, getting tornadoes, blizzards. So we all deal with different things depending on what part of the country you live in. So never be so arrogant to think like those people over there. Because a tornado could come through the Midwest and take everything you own and love. But I think that people have to like really start taking this stuff seriously because it's only going to get worse. Now, I don't know if you guys have watched this, but we can watch it together. 4 years ago, there was a thing called Project Phoenix. Put a teacup if you guys have ever heard of Project Phoenix. This was a simulation because they've always said that if a big one ever hits Tampa Bay and it hits it directly, it literally has the power to crush Florida's economy. Because Tampa Bay area is highly populated, there's a lot of water, and it would take billions to rebuild. It would suck up a lot of money and resources from Florida, from the state of Florida. So they put together a simulation 4 years ago called Hurricane Phoenix, which is a fake hurricane. And so I find it very interesting that 4 years later, we now are waiting for, you know, this hurricane, Hurricane Milton. So let's go ahead and watch this here. This was a training exercise, almost like the one that happened during C-19. Remember that training exercise from the World Economic Forum? You know, the whole COVID, you know, pandemic preparedness thing that they had the video for. And literally everything that happened in that video is what ended up manifesting in real life. So once again, predictive programming. So let's watch this video here for y'all who haven't seen the story of Hurricane Phoenix. Let's watch this here.
There has been a noticeable shift in the forecast track.
Forecasters say this storm could be one of the strongest ever to hit the Tampa Bay region.
Phoenix is now a Category 5 hurricane. It is a historic storm and unfortunately making a beeline right now for our area.
Oh my goodness.
And we have Category 1 Hurricane Phoenix just south of Jamaica now. Phoenix is currently expected to make landfall in the...
Did y'all see that? October 10th. This was made 4 years ago. Today is October 9th. Hurricane Milton is currently between a Category 4 and 5, and it's scheduled to like fully hit tomorrow, October 10th. This is why I don't believe in coincidences. Let's keep going.
The Yucatan Peninsula as a Category 2 storm, but of course, always, we are keeping a close eye on this system. There has been a noticeable shift in the forecast track from the NHC overnight, which now brings Phoenix into our viewing area, possibly as a strong hurricane. Now is the time to begin those preparations, folks.
We have breaking news this morning if you're just joining us. The National Hurricane Center has upgraded our entire viewing area to a hurricane warning as Hurricane Phoenix is projected to make landfall as a major hurricane sometime tomorrow. Mandatory evacuations are in effect for all coastal regions. Forecasters say this storm could be one of the strongest ever to hit the Tampa Bay region.
We cannot stress enough how crucial it is that you finish your storm preparations tonight. Conditions will deteriorate rapidly tomorrow morning, and evacuation routes will quickly become impassable. Please don't take this lightly and heed all evacuation orders.
Folks, this is unfortunately the worst case scenario unfolding for the Tampa Bay area. Phoenix is now a Category 5 hurricane with maximum sustained winds at 160 miles an hour, but wind gusts up to 200 miles per hour. This is catastrophic. It is a historic storm and unfortunately making a beeline right now for our area.
We have a live look right now at North Tampa and Polk Street. I believe this is near Kawa Coffee, and as you can see, the storm surge has completely inundated downtown.
Law enforcement now is reporting that all bridges have been cut off by storm surge. We're looking at up to 20 feet of storm surge in some spots.
We're trapped on the third floor of the Tampa General Hospital parking garage, and the storm surge is up to the second floor of the hospital.
St. Petersburg is essentially an island right now.
A viewer from Brooksville is reporting roofs being torn off of businesses there, so this is a very important reminder that this is not just a coastal storm. We are seeing significant wind damage well inland.
Unbelievable gas coming through. Oh my goodness.
For the people who are just joining the live, Hurricane Phoenix is not real. This was a simulation that was put together 4 years ago by Project 25. So this was put together 4 years ago to show what would happen if the big one ever hit Tampa Bay. Now we fast forward 4 years, tomorrow's October 10th, 10/10, and Milton is scheduled to come in with all its fury to make landfall tomorrow. So a lot of people didn't know about this simulation, so I'm playing it for you guys, for the people who are just coming in. All right, so like I said, it's just crazy that they had that. And, you know, Milton is currently coming in, you know, making landfall. The people are getting a lot of rain down there. It's really frightening. And there's another hurricane that's coming right after Milton. I forget that one's name, but there's another one coming. So, you know, a lot of this is due to climate change. I know some people are saying that it's HARP and stuff like that, but the climate is changing. The climate is getting warmer. You know, let's not forget, I believe it was almost like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Remember all those volcanoes that were erupting? Well, lava is extremely hot. So hot lava pouring into the oceans, you know, that's going to cause the temperature to rise. It's causing the polar ice caps to melt, hence the rising of the sea levels. You know, so it's a little bit of everything that's causing all of this stuff. You know, but it's really frightening when you think about it. And this is why you have to prepare and understand that people are not coming to save you. So we're going to go ahead and watch some of these TikToks, just of different people talking about their situations. Okay, this was a girl. She had me like, wow, okay. Let's go ahead and watch what she has to say.
Evacuate. Do y'all got evacuation money? Because I can't afford my rent here. You think I can afford to go somewhere else? Like, it's not free to evacuate. Gas already high, and you talking about I need to get on the road, go somewhere and I got to pay to go wherever I'm going. Like, what are y'all talking about? Evacuated. You're not taking it serious. Baby, my bank account, I guess not taking it serious because I can't afford that. Y'all be like, y'all need.
They're trying to trick us. Trying to get the hell out of Florida. They all got the pumps on, but they got fuel. They just don't want you to know it. They're trying to trick us. Trying to get the hell out of Florida.
So there's a lot. Like, if you go through the Hurricane Milton hashtag, it's so much stuff. Like, you will go down like 50 rabbit holes. But it looks like here, he's talking about they're trying to trick them and make it seem like there's no gas, and there's still some gas at these gas stations. And I've also been hearing they've been doing a lot of price gouging as well.
Grab my phone real quick. Yeah. Well. Damn. Good God.
Nos vamos, amigos. Se quedan.
Watch this. The storm, just like Helene, is filling up the entire Gulf of Mexico. This storm is bigger. All right, look at the stats right now. And this is the stuff that just came in. Not only is it a Category 5, went from a 1 to a 5 in a matter of hours, it just got stronger. Winds are blowing right now at 180 miles per hour, the strongest we've ever recorded in the Atlantic Basin. Hurricane Allen, back in 1980, had 190 mile per hour winds, but I see more.
So I'm going to show y'all this girl. She's been going viral on TikTok and Instagram. She's not from Florida, but she decided to stay. And so basically, she lives on the 11th floor of her high rise. So I just started following her today because I'm like, let me just go ahead and follow this girl. Let's see if she makes it out of this storm. So she's been giving like up to date, you know, just live takes of what she's going through during Hurricane Milton. So we're going to watch this. And she's also on Instagram as well.
To wait that one out. And I watched the water rise, but it only came up on the Riverwalk. And now I am not feeling so confident in my decision.
Yeah. What is your biggest concern right now?
Truthfully, it's the fact that I'm from Denver, Colorado. I just moved here 4 months ago, and I have never been through this.
So are you thinking about potentially trying to get to one of the shelters?
Truthfully, no. And the reason I say no is because I've got 2 dogs with me. I've got my mom here. And the only sense of community I have here in Florida are the people that live in my building too. And they're all hunkering in together. Seeing like the president.
Let me go to her TikTok page. Let's see if she has any updates. Her Insta. I had her Instagram.
All right, y'all. 8 p.m.
All right, here go her Instagram page. We're gonna watch her Instagram real quick. She posted this an hour ago. Yeah, she refused to leave. She thought it was cute. Folks been cussing her out all day on Instagram and TikTok. They've been dragging her.
Wednesday, October 9th. Hurricane Milton is here. It is here. I am standing here. This is like a big window I'm standing in front of. And I am watching over the city. I am watching power go out like over chunks of the city as we speak. Here, let me turn this light off so y'all can see what I see. So, this is like a big sports center park. Lights, just power gone, power gone. All the way out there, there's all these lights. Typically, I'm watching the power shut down all over the city one by one. This college, right? Yo, I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck this is. That don't look good. Oh my God. Okay, so my power is probably gonna be going out any minute now, and I'll try and keep you guys updated next to a lantern. Yo. All right, now I'm a little spooked right now. I'm a little spooked. So let me just talk through it. The wind's gotta be going at least 80 to 100 miles an hour right now. There's sheets of wind. I'm watching all the lights go out. I've got a house full of people because their power went out. I'm still good right now, but it's not long-lived. I'll keep you guys posted as we go. Holy fuck. All right, y'all, 8 p.m.
Now me looking like a disappointed mom. But So she lives on the 11th floor. I'm going to refresh and see if she's updated since. Let's see if her power's gone out because that was an hour ago. So she lives on a high rise on the 11th floor. And she just felt like, you know, she said she was safe because she's on the 11th floor. She's like, so the water's not going to come up to the 11th floor. But what people were trying to tell her, like, yes, the water may not come up 20 feet high, 30 feet high. But the problem is you'll be stuck in that apartment, that condo for a while. And you're going to have rescuers who are going to have to come and walk because there's going to be no power. They can't jump in the elevator. And you don't know how the bottom floor is going to look. So you could be stuck in that apartment for the next week. And the way she's acting, I just don't feel like she's prepared. I don't feel like she has food and she has anything, you know, to prepare her. Let me see if she's posted any updates here. Okay, 9:49. Okay, she just posted. She just posted. They're still dragging her. They're like, standing around glass doesn't sound smart. They've been dragging this lady all day. She is a mess. So let's go ahead and see what she has to say now.
October 9th. This wind is no joke. Here, let me show y'all. This is my balcony right now. You can see just it's going absolutely crazy. The Wi-Fi kicked back on, which is good. You can see just how much wind and how much water is being moved. Let's take you to the bigger windows. Again, like I said, completely dark. Not completely. Oh, okay. So part of the Strat Center sign gone. The wind is crazy. You can't really see right here, but there is a bunch of palm trees and they are just moving back and forth. This dumbass, I don't know why he's on the road, but okay. But the biggest sign you can see is right here. Just how much wind and water is being moved. I'll keep y'all updated, but like I said, the storm is right over top of us and it just made landfall in Siesta Key. So we're getting hit the hardest right now. 10:49 Wednesday.
Not her calling somebody else a dumbass and she didn't evacuate either. It's like, girl, not her trying to call names. Yeah, the whole thing, it's a mess. But she's been like giving her updates like literally all day on this situation. Let's see if we can find some live updates here. Let me see. I know Ryan Hall been live for like 10 hours, child. I'm like, I don't know how he does it. He's been live all morning. Okay, ABC News posted something an hour ago. Let's see if they posted something more recent. Okay, they got a live thing going on right now.
Concern partially is for the storm surge. Now, we've been here for the last 2 days.
Okay, let's see what they're talking about. They're talking about some stuff. Let's see.
We spoke with people who decided to stay. So when we were at the Riverwalk yesterday, we saw a lot of people exercising outside, and we asked, do you plan on leaving? Are you concerned about the storm? Many of them lived in high rises, so they said, oh, I'm on the 5th floor. I'm not too worried about it. We've dealt with many hurricanes in the past. But then, of course, if you're living in a high rise, you're not too concerned about that storm surge. But ultimately, at the moment downtown, you just have all this wind and rain. Lindsay.
And you mentioned the concern for projectiles. I know that you all are in that parking garage, but are you able to see any debris flying by? Is there anything to protect you from any of those projectiles?
So the good news is, so with where we are in the parking garage, right? So if you've noticed in different, live shots that I've had with you, I'll, occasionally look back. Because we have these different walls here, they kind of serve as the shelter, as a way to kind of, if there's something that comes flying towards us, this will be able to either block it or help, prevent it from hitting us head on. From what I've seen outside, though, not too much debris. The more of the issue with debris is when you're in front of homes, more in the neighborhoods, because ultimately they did deal with Helene not that long ago, and unfortunately not everything got cleaned up. We heard Governor DeSantis saying that typically takes months to get rid of all that debris, and so we just got a wind gust here. But ultimately, we haven't seen anything flying around too crazy, just a lot of wind, and the trees are blowing around here, and we've seen street signs move. But other than that, we're pretty safe here, Lindsay.
And good to hear that, because that was a big concern.
Okay, she looks safe. Anyhow, I know a lot of people are saying that they're trying to turn Tampa into one of those smart cities, just like they were saying that they're trying to do with Lahaina. So I've been seeing that being stated as well. You know, I'm not sure. It's going to be a waiting game. Let me see. I'm also on TikTok too, getting updates. Not TikTok, excuse me, X. Why are people mad that people left their farm animals? Do y'all think that people are going to bring cows and pigs in their home? Like, if there weren't human intervention, the animals would be outside anyways, right? Like, I don't understand people being mad. Like, I can't believe they left their cows in the pasture. Let me see here. Oh, this was 6 seconds ago in Bradenton. Let's go down to I keep saying TikTok, the X. Let's go on X real quick. There's some videos. Let's see. I hope they're not planning on driving through the water. Please do not drive when it's like flooding because you don't know how deep it is. That is how people end up driving, and you end up driving into like a huge ditch and it's way deeper than you suspected and you end up drowning in your cars. Like, come on. Let's see what they're talking about.
Oh, my goodness. Holy shit.
Oh.
Look at all coming.
Not a crocodile.
Oh, my goodness. Holy shit.
Only in Florida. Oh, who is this?
Another one in between. I can't even remember. We've been so busy covering the topics. But this is the most intense, Ian.
You've been a busy guy, no question. Brian and I were just watching your shot, and we wanted to ask you real quickly, can you tell what direction you are to the Manatee River? Because we're wondering what direction the wind is coming from now. Does it feel like it's coming from the river? Is it coming from the north now?
We did Francine. There's another one in between. I can't even remember.
Look, he's the true definition of not all heroes wear capes. He's really out there battering the storm. Let's see what else is going on here. Is that Anderson Cooper?
10 feet. Of course, we're not going to see those kind of numbers because the storm is already to the north of us.
Child. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Why does this keep stopping? Yeah, there was a big tornado that went on today too. I saw that earlier. It's definitely made landfall. That's the only thing with TikTok. You gotta like kind of sort out through some of the videos. I'm trying to mainly pull the ones from the news station because you do got some that will take stuff from other storms and you know, add sauce to the stew for whatever reason. Let me see. I want to also go back on TikTok. Let's see what people are saying. Okay, here are all the people earlier who said that why they're not evacuating. So Hopefully they're okay.
These are the 3 reasons why I'm staying in Tampa. In Zone A, in a mandatory evacuation zone.
Bro, y'all took the fucking gas. There's no gas left, bro. What do you expect me to freaking walk somewhere, bro? It's all over Florida. I can't get gas anywhere.
By the grace of God, and of course some elbow grease, I'm high off the ground. The number one reason why this is such a dangerous thing is the storm, the water coming in, the water right outside my house. It can't reach me. Don't mean the streets ain't gonna flood and I'm not gonna be able to leave for a while, but still, it's not gonna affect me. And bro, y'all need to chill out. It's still in Mexico. It's a category 5 now. It's not gonna be when it gets here, bro. The media is rage baiting everybody into thinking this is some catastrophic thing. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna suck, but it's not gonna be as bad as you guys think, as long as you guys can swim. These are the 3 reasons why.
Even if I did want to evacuate, where am I going? This is people trying to get out of Tampa. Gridlock. I just saw a video of a woman that's been on the road for 4 hours. And in 4 hours, it's been bumper to bumper traffic. She only moved 60 miles. 60 miles in 4 hours. From Orlando, it takes about 3 hours to get to Miami, and that's over 200 miles. And you telling me that in 4 hours you ain't even. So the whole time you sitting in the car, you're burning gas, okay? Soon, these gas stations are not gonna have any more gas. I was born and raised in Miami, and we do hurricanes, and we never ever leave. And I lived like 20 minutes from the beach growing up. For the most part, I have all my necessities. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow and show y'all where I'm sleeping. I have a decent sized walk-in closet, so we're just gonna hunker down in there with the kitties, me and my daughter. And we have batteries. We have a 1-eye butane stove. I cooked already today, so that food is freezing. We got water, and we're just gonna ride it out. But I will definitely keep y'all posted. Now,
show you. Let's start off with a category.
Watching moms writing their children's names and information on their babies, tying information tags or braiding them into their hair.
Some of these people be looking for attention so bad on social media. I'm sorry. Just, ma'am, are you leaving or not? Just that are you leaving? Are you staying? Like, what's the tea? Okay, it's too much. It's like the clout chasing on TikTok is insane. That's a funny still shot though.
I'm in the evacuation zone A of Hurricane Milton, and here's 3 reasons why I'm not leaving. Number 1, everybody's worried about flooding from the storm surge, but look how high I am from the ground. There's no way water's getting anywhere close to my apartment. Number 2, people are worried about how strong the winds are. The apartment is made out of full concrete. There's no way that this building is going anywhere, plus it's brand new. Number 3, people are worried about me being stranded, but that's why I prepped ahead of time. Some chips, I have some soup, I have some peanut butter filled pretzels. I'm good to go. Lastly, there's absolutely no way I'm dying to a hurricane named Milton.
This is why Florida people do not make any changes until the very last minute. Now, let me say this. Please do not use this video to make any decision. Watch the news for yourself, because wherever the hurricane land, it's still going to be bad. But anyway, if you've been keeping up with me, y'all know I was not going to leave Tampa. I was not going anywhere until it dropped from a 2 to a 5, and then they also put my area on the evacuation. First of the month, done paid all my bills. I spent money I really don't have. Drove all the way down here to Fort Lauderdale for the update to be that it's going to be in Fort Myers. Now, if you don't know, Fort Myers is on the...
We can't evacuate with all our fur babies. You guys may not know this, but we live in Central Florida where Hurricane Milton is coming right at us, guys. Thankfully, we're not in Tampa Bay. We're more central, we're more inland, but they're saying that it's still going to be hurricane force winds, possibly category 3 winds for inland as well. So we are just preparing everything we can, guys. And if you don't know, best timing ever, my 4 wisdom teeth got taken out yesterday. I can't lift much, I can't do much, but what?
Hey people, so today is the day of the hurricane. So today we're getting Milton, and we are here in our little safe harbor. So down here, we have it tied up on, of course, outside to those 2 mangrove trees whatever. I put it on 2 lines, and then up front we have.
When did everybody turn into like a meteorologist? All these bootleg scientists as to why they shouldn't go, and I mean, some of these videos are just a trip. This is like we gonna keep watching some more. Let's see what else they talking about, child. This was 5 hours ago.
Yo, man, it's Tone from Tampa, man.
Tone from Tampa. What's up, brother?
Okay, now this video was good. We can't play it because it's Breakfast Club. We can only play the audio, so we'll come back. I have it up. We'll come back and listen to it.
A Category 5 hurricane is about to hit us, and you don't think that if we could escape it, we would? You don't think that we want to leave after hearing that a hurricane is about to tear through our city and possibly kill us? People are trying to leave. Their cars are stopping. There's people stuck on the highway because it's that jam-packed. My mama just tried to go get some gas. What happened? There's no more gas. There's people that only have family in Tampa or Florida, and if we was to evacuate to their house, we would get it worse than if we stayed at our own. People that literally have no choice but to stay home, because if they tried to pack everything up and leave right now, there would be no time. There would be no way. Get my grandma, for example. There is somebody in her house who is paralyzed from the waist down. We had to put a hospital bed in my grandma's house. How are we supposed to move him from here and there to try and evacuate? There's people that don't have any resources to get up and leave. No money neither to try and get up and leave. Barely are making it in their own situation, and now they hear that a hurricane can possibly make their situation worse. Mind you, we just had a hurricane. There was people coming back to my school with nothing to even do their work. No book bag, no work, no nothing.
Y'all remember when Katrina happened? There was none of this. There was no social media. You just hunkered down in peace and shut it the fuck up. I'm like TikTok. When I just been scrolling through these videos on TikTok, they're just funny. And you know, she's saying some real stuff. I'm not knocking her, but it's just so funny how it is now compared to like the storms of yesteryear. You just hunkered down in peace. Not everybody has a soapbox. Everybody has a soapbox, child.
Hurricane Milton has just made landfall in Seattle.
Florida is about to get hit with another major hurricane, which makes our 3rd hurricane in the past 2 months. The storm is going to hit sometime tonight, and we are not evacuating, and I'm going to tell you why. We have lived in North Central Florida for 27 years now and have gone through so many hurricanes, the latest one being just last week, and people in my comments are getting a little bit crazy. So I'm just going to give you guys some insight on how Florida operates in a hurricane. For starters, Florida is a massive state with over 22 million people. There ain't no way all of us can or should leave during a hurricane. A hurricane that completely wipes out towns and unfortunately can take lives is the same hurricane that'll just cause mild to moderate rain and winds in some parts of Florida. And that is where we live. So for us specifically, this will be very normal weather conditions. Now, we are not under mandatory evacuation orders, so we're choosing to leave space on the interstate for those that really do need to leave. If you live on the coast and are
Okay, so if you're not under a mandatory evacuation order, what was the point of all this? With this unseasoned ass food? Like what was the point of this? I'm thinking she's in Tampa. You're not even in Tampa. Girl.
So I live in Flood in Tampa, and we chose not to evacuate. Right back here, somewhere over here, that's the Gulf, actually. And underneath this sign, that's the marina. So all that water is from the Gulf of Mexico. But we chose to stay. We feel very safe in the building that I'm in, where our cars are placed and the way it's been elevated and built and the materials used to build this. So we're staying and having faith.
So there's this homeless guy that's in Tampa that refuses to evacuate. And it's so sad because he literally only has one leg. And the only thing that he owns is a boat. He said that he refuses to evacuate and that he will ride out this storm with his boat. Because that's the only thing.
She's talking about Lieutenant Dan. If you guys haven't seen him, and I thought he had 2 legs, but he's the one who refuses to leave his boat. He said he'd rather be in the boat, that's the safest place for him. Child, Florida is a very special place. I know who she's talking about, though. She's talking about Lieutenant Dan.
I'm a nurse and I live in Florida. I didn't know until today that if there was a mandatory evacuation for the hurricane, I would not be allowed to evacuate because I'm considered essential. And I have small kids. For some reason, I always just thought, oh, if a hurricane happened, I would just tell them I have very small children at home. I don't have any family in Florida, just me and the kids. Apparently, that's not an excuse. So I would still have to go or bring them with me. I had no idea.
How are you a nurse and you don't know that? Is she new to nursing? Like, there's always nurses, there's always essential workers, paramedics that have to stay. They have to risk their own lives, unfortunately, to help those. I mean, matter of fact, many hospitals in Florida have been having to airlift patients, you know, further inland to other hospitals. And those nurses and doctors have been working round the clock, CNAs as well. So again, I just feel like people just be wanting attention. There's no way she's a nurse and she didn't know this. Get off my For You page, ma'am.
We are not evacuating for Hurricane Milton, even though we are in Tampa Bay area. And here are the few reasons why. And this is one of the reasons right here. It's gonna be up to 12 feet of water, which is crazy. We have never seen anything like that in this area, but we will be safe on the second floor of our home. Also, we did consider evacuating, especially...
Everybody has a soapbox. Good gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Okay, here goes some child. Let's see why they're crying. What's wrong with her?
I'm in Miami, Florida. Y'all, I just went off. Y'all, when I tell y'all this thing was pitch black over here, I don't know. Usually, oh my God.
Okay. First of all, she says she's in Miami, so you're not in Tampa, where the either hurricane is going. Second of all, she said they lost power. I see all types of good light. Am I tripping? Is that not a lit up background? Okay, let's keep going.
I've never been through nothing like this by myself, ever. Y'all, I literally got 7 kids. And I don't know. I made sure I got my house. I made sure I got the shutters put up. We got waters. But y'all, I don't have no family. It's just me and my kids. And I don't know what the fuck we gonna do, y'all, because they kept saying the hurricane not gonna hit. I'm trying to make this video right now because I don't want to make my kids like, you know, I don't want to scare them. But y'all, I don't know what the fuck
I'm confused. Didn't Helene just visit y'all last week? At this point, everybody's just trying to jump on TikTok because literally, y'all just got hit with a hurricane not even a week ago. Like, what do you mean you don't know what to do? And she's in Miami. And she doesn't even sound... Is she really in Miami? Because she don't talk like a Miami resident. You know how the Miami folks talk, child. She don't even sound like she from Miami. Okay, who's next?
I'm going to die. It's Zone A, mandatory evacuation. Listen, I didn't evacuate. I can't drive, first of all. Second of all, the airport is closed. Third of all, the last time I evacuated for a hurricane, I went to my mom's house in Northport. Her whole street flooded and we were evacuated after 3 days without power and food or running water by the US military. It was very traumatic. And so I don't want to evacuate to my mom's house because the last time I did that, it was the worst time ever. I'm going to die. It's Zone A, mandatory.
We're gusting now to her. Alright guys, it's starting to blow pretty good. Yeah, so basically all the wind's coming down through here. The water's really high, as you can see.
Sorry, I didn't realize the crying updates would already start. I just went around and blessed each and every animal with holy oil. Maybe that's gonna do nothing, but I have to choose to believe. I have to do something. And it was really hard. Because I can sit inside and pretend this isn't happening. But when I get outside, I see all my babies.
So she's scared and, you know, she's putting holy oil on her animals. She's fighting. The storm is coming. But somehow she made sure to edit soft, you know, sympathetic elevator music in the background. Y'all stop with the theatrics and y'all get to safety. Okay? Get off my For You page and get to safety. This is ridiculous. Not the soft music in the background. I'm just like, this has been literally all day on TikTok. When I tell you, I'm like, people don't want to leave. Okay, cool. But then they want to flood TikTok with all these why I'm not leaving stories. Ma'am, just don't leave in peace and go live. You know what I mean? Just go hide out and bunker down and stay safe. We're keeping all of Florida in prayer. We are doing that. But it's just like, it's very, I feel like at this point, it's more about clout chasing than even the safety of people. It's just very strange. And it's everyone alike, black, white, young, old. They're just all on TikTok sharing their non-evacuating stories.
We're gusting out a hurricane.
Who else is on here? Oh, what was she doing? Oh, God. Okay, I can't with the Titanic music. Okay, y'all, there's enough TikTok for me tonight. It's the theatrics, and the sad part is this person may not even live in Florida. They could be in Minnesota doing this. Like, people are just clout chasing at this point in time. Get to safety. Y'all got time to sit here with permanent marker and write birth dates on your kids' hands. Get these babies to safety. Get them to evacuation center. Like, it's just insane. Everybody's worried about making videos for TikTok, but they're not thinking about, okay, if I stay, what if I'm trapped for 3 days? Will the babies be okay? Will there be enough Similac? Will there be enough food? Like, the stuff I'm seeing on social media is just crazy. It really is. And everybody make sure to put that sad music in the background. All right, let me go ahead and just read some of the comments here. So, you know, as far as like all of this that's going on, we got over 7,000 people watching right now. So as far as like all this stuff that's going on, the evacuations, and what do you guys feel about, like, as far as like what's causing these storms? Do you guys agree with me that it's only going to get worse as like the years go on? Especially with these storms now being able to come further inland. Because remember, Asheville and all those parts in North Carolina, they're nowhere near the water. And I think the last time a hurricane came that far inland was when Hurricane Hugo hit Charlotte in 1988. And it devastated a lot of stuff in Charlotte. And people still talk about it till this day. But I feel like it's just only going to get worse and worse. Somebody said because of climate change. Biggie 92 says it's a storm machine. Dark Lord Detroit said climate change. Adrian said it's spiritual. Nana says it's biblical. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is in the Bible. You guys are definitely right about that. You know, and some of it is weather warfare. You know, the technology. Some people are saying HARP and CERN. Yeah, it's a lot. Cloud seeding. Remember when they were seeding in Dubai? Was that Dubai? I believe it was. They were doing all that cloud seeding, and then they got a bunch of rain and they ended up flooding. Was that in Dubai? That happened a few months ago? Okay, it was. They got flooded out so bad. And it's like, you can't mess with the weather. You can't mess with God's creation. And I feel like we've done just too much. And you know, we're paying for it, unfortunately. Yeah, they were seeding those clouds for months. Then they eventually got rain. But they got too much damn rain. And things flooded out. A lot of people drowned. It was really, really sad. That happens a lot in China, too. They deal with like constant flooding. So let me go ahead and read some of these super chats here. Keezy says, this storm is the fastest to ever reach a category 5 within 24 hours. T, please look into cloud seeding. They are feeding these storms. I definitely have, and I definitely believe that these storms are not normal. They're becoming, and again, part of it may be climate change, but they're becoming bigger. They're becoming more ferocious. It's almost like, I don't know, it's like a real demonic energy around these storms, a real dark energy around them, you know? Let's see here. Goddess of Pleasure says Tampa lost power at 8:30. So the whole city of Tampa right now is in darkness? Or is it like a majority of Tampa? Who's in Tampa right now? Because she wrote that like an hour ago. Put a teacup if you're in Florida right now. Who's in Florida right now in general? All I see is me. Put a teacup. That way it's just easier to see. Okay, so a few people in Tampa. Okay. So Diamond, you're in Tampa. Do you still have lights and stuff? I mean, I obviously got Wi-Fi. Is your like the lights on, like your power and stuff? Because I know sometimes people can connect to like Wi-Fi with satellite. Oh, we got a lot of Floridians in here. Wow. We have a lot of Floridians in here right now. Uncle Dud says, as of this year, they added a category 6. Now, I didn't know that. I thought Cat 5 was the highest. Wow. A category 6 storm? Now, that definitely sounds man-made. Where the hell did the category 6 storm come from? Let me Google this. Category 6? What? Could Milton become a category 6 storm? So they were saying that about Milton. Huh. Yeah, I've never heard of a category 6. That is scary. So you know if they're already speaking that and saying that, you know, could Milton become a category 6? Probably the next storm will be one. So we got a lot of people in here from Florida. Wow. What is the next storm coming? Let me see here. I had it up.
Yo, man, it's
Let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. What is the... Okay, I'm not seeing the name now. Oh, is that Nadine? Okay, so right now we have Tropical Storm Nadine. So they're saying that Nadine might turn into a hurricane. And that was as of 5 hours ago. Huh. So right now Nadine is currently in the Bermudas. So that's where that's at. And there's also some type of hurricane, well, maybe not a hurricane yet, Tropical Storm Leslie as well. So this is insane. It's starting to feel like the 2005 hurricane season with everything going on. Let me go ahead and read some more of these. Hold up, my page refreshed. Okay, so Mary Schooladale says, I'm from Augusta, Georgia, and I got power 3 days ago, and I still don't have Wi-Fi or internet. I am running off of my phone data, which is supposed to be unlimited. It is very sketchy. Pray for Florida. We are definitely keeping you in prayer. I hope everything comes back for you. I've noticed, and I have to go off on, who am I with? Not T-Mobile. Who's the other one? Metro PCS. They sent me a message talking about I've overused my data and they're going to start throttling me. And it's supposed to be unlimited. I've never gotten that message until like last week. So I wonder if because of all the storms are putting like pressure like on the phone companies, like the phone lines and stuff, because they started throttling my network. It was really bad in Tennessee while we were down there. So I don't know what that's about. And I've never had an issue with Metro PCS ever. But they sent me that message and I called them. I was like, no, my stuff is unlimited. What do you mean throttle? I need my stuff to work. Yeah, they merged with T-Mobile. That's why I don't know what to call them, but I'm still under the Metro PCS umbrella. But I know a few people have been saying that they've been having phone issues. And I wonder if it's just because of all the things that's going on with the storms that it's messing up the system. And they're even, now not allowing people to have unlimited data. But I was really surprised when I got that message. Let me see here. Deja Vu says, people who stayed in the evacuation zone to save their home, what are you going to do? You ain't stopping 5 feet of water. Traumatizing their kids too. Thank you guys for the super chat. Yeah, it's really confusing. Again, I get it. Everybody doesn't have the funds to book a flight and, go to the other side of the country. Some people don't have gas money. So I get that some people do have, dire situations, financially. But a lot of these cities were also giving help to people. They were willing to give free Uber rides, bus rides to evacuations, centers and stuff like that. I just feel like, especially when you have small kids, it's hard enough dealing with babies in that type of situation. Because I remember my oldest at the time during Katrina and all those storms in 2005, he was about 4. And I remember and we were young, we were super young parents. That's scary, having to explain that to a 4-year-old and calm them down, and you're freaking out as a parent, and so sometimes it is better to just go to a place where you can be safe and be amongst other people, especially if you have smaller children. I think, to me, that's a better option if you're able to get to a shelter in your city and you can't evacuate. I think that's better than sitting there with your baby's fist and writing their birth date and name on their hand for a TikTok video. But that's just my opinion. I think that's a bit over the top. Let's see here. Shelly J says, there was a caller that called into the Breakfast Club from Florida. Yeah, let's go ahead and listen to that real quick. Let's listen to that Breakfast Club caller, because I have it pulled up. Where'd it go? Okay. We're just going to listen to the audio because I can't, have the Breakfast Club on the screen.
Oh, Tampa, man.
Tone from Tampa. What's up, brother?
Get this off my chest, bro. This government is playing in our faces, man. It don't matter.
I'm sorry, the wrong tab was chosen. Let me go ahead and replay it. Give me just a second. I was trying to find the correct tab. I'm gonna play it again. Hold on.
Everything out there.
It looks like right now here we win, but I'm gonna just keep it a buck, man. This ain't where it's at, man.
Y'all gonna see y'all right in the middle of it. The eyes hitting Tampa from what the map shows right now.
man, bro, my heart, bro. I'm scared, man. And then we still recovering from Helene, and it's like, bro, I want to get this off my chest, bro. This government is playing in our faces, man. It don't matter if it's Republican or Democrat. They playing in our faces, bro. You get Ukrainians come over here, they get what they want. You get immigrants come over here, they get what they want. And you got people being denied these FEMA applications that you talking about the other day, Charlamagne.
Mm-hmm.
People being denied, bro. But you getting these migrants coming over here, $10,000 food stamps, bro. Goddamn $5,000 cash stipends, man. This shit hurting, bro. Yo, man, this Tone from Tampa, man.
Tone from Tampa. What's up, brother? How?
We finna get ready to damn near die, bro. A lot of people couldn't afford to evacuate. And this government planning our face, man.
Damn.
I feel for you,
I
bro.
totally understand, my brother.
Absolutely.
It don't matter what they is, Democrat, Republican, they all treason, man. They all about money, bro. None of these people care about American people, bro. It's hurt, bro. It's hurt, bro. People wake up every day just want to live their life, bro. And you got these greedy snakes, man. You got these greedy snakes call themselves government service people, bro. And they don't give a damn, bro. They don't give a damn about the migrants coming over here. They using them too, man. It's not right, man.
You're absolutely right, my
Now I
brother.
can't wait to come back, man.
No, you're right,
you hear what he said? He said you can't wait till God come back. He's
We
absolutely 100% right. Because at some point, I don't know who else can help a lot of people other than the Most High.
Well, we're praying for you, brother.
Thank y'all, man.
Try to stay as safe as possible,
Yeah,
brother.
man.
And if you're in Tampa, man, if you're in Tampa, listen, y'all. Town and Country, West Tampa, Apollo Beach, Gibson, Davis Island, St. Pete, Clearwater, man, y'all get out the way, man. Get out the way. Go north, man. I don't care if you got to go to a high school, elementary, whatever, man. Get out the way, please.
All right.
Y'all be blessed, man.
Yeah, do what you can to stay safe, brother. And you know, when it's all said and done, we're going to see what we can do to help relief down there, man.
Absolutely.
All right, so you guys just heard that caller. I couldn't play the video just because, you know, Breakfast Club, but you guys heard the audio. And, you know, just to hear like a grown man get very emotional like that on the radio, you know, he's basically being a voice of a lot of people in these zones. Like they're frustrated. They're not getting the help. And think about it. We get taxes taken out, you know what I'm saying, out of our checks. And I don't care if you work for yourself like I do, if you're an independent contractor, if you work a 9 to 5, we all pay taxes. And I know for me, I pay a lot in damn taxes, okay? So we all pay taxes, and these taxes are supposed to pay for certain services for us as American people, right? So, you know, if you're in a disaster area, FEMA is supposed to come down, help out. They're supposed to, you know, get folks together, you know, like it's crazy when you think about how an earthquake can happen, let's say Pakistan, or something happens in Ukraine, and within 48 hours, they have planes there. They're dropping food. They're helping all of these people that have, you know, they're not Americans. They're going overseas to help these people, you know, which is a good thing, right? But then when you have people here in America, in the Appalachians, in Florida, in Cali, in Hawaii, why is the help not coming? Why is it taking days when they can make it overseas literally within 24 to 48 hours and have plans and have things mapped out? Like it does not make sense, especially when we pay for these services. Right now, like I told you guys a year ago, a lot of insurance companies are not going to be insuring people because these storms are becoming more and more frequent. These fires in Cali are becoming more and more frequent. And the thing that really pisses me off with that is if you don't have home insurance on your home, that's a penalty. You know, something happens to your home, it's on you. So you have people who have paid into their home insurance policies for years. this older woman that I'm really cool with, her and her husband, they had investment property in I want to say it's Sanibel. I might be saying it wrong, but they were hit really bad by hurricane. I believe it was Ivan 2 years ago, and they lost everything. Literally everything. It was like this beach community. They did Sanibel Island. Y'all know what I'm talking about, down there in Florida? And they had, you know, insurance and everything else. It's been almost 2 years. They're not getting anything. They're saying that the insurance is tapped out. They just got to eat the cost. It's like, well, then give me back my money. Was it Hurricane Irma? It was one of them that hit the Sanibel area in Florida. Oh, Ivan was 2004. Sorry, it's so many damn hurricane names. Was it Ian? It's like so many hurricane names, you get them mixed up. Whatever hit 2 years ago, I think it was Ian. Ian sounds right, because Ian starts with an I and Ivan starts with I. It was Ian. Sanibel, thank you, Daisy. I knew I wasn't going crazy. Sanibel, completely destroyed. I remember she sat in my house and she broke down crying, you know, telling me about, you know, the property and just showing me pictures. Like, it's been 2 years. It's never going to be the same. And I'm like, well, you know, you guys will be getting a check, right? So you guys can rebuild and everything can just start over for you guys and you guys can get your rental property back. She's like, there's no insurance money. They basically denied the claim. They don't have it to give them. So what did y'all do with the money that I've been paying all these years? That's the part that's crazy. Is that not supposed to technically be your nest egg? Like, I'm paying you to keep my money in case something happens to my home. Now something has happened and I'm coming to claim, you know, to file a claim and you're telling me that the money's not there? Some of these insurance companies also need to be investigated. Because even if they can't pay, you know, let's say you've paid in maybe $20,000 over the past, let's say 10 years, right? And maybe the damage on your home is $100,000 and they don't have it to cover the $100,000. Well, at least give me back what the fuck I paid in. You could at least do that. But now a lot of these insurance companies, they're shutting down, they're filing bankruptcy, and they're out with the money. So, like I've been saying for a while, and we have these discussions all the time on Discord, because a lot of us like to move. Y'all know I'm a nomad. I've lived in a lot of places. But I think for me, I'm getting older now. I don't plan on leaving Minnesota. I'll go anywhere and visit, but geologically, I think this is the best place for me, right? Snowstorms aside, we have the largest fresh body of water, which is Lake Superior. Eventually water, you know, water is already being commodified, and eventually water is going to become more and more scarce. When people start moving, when you guys start, you know, settling down, starting families, going for job opportunities, back in my day, it was like, oh, you know, move down south, it's cheaper and, you know, it's sunny and, you know, they have good weather. But now you really have to think strategically where you're going to live. You have to think about everything at this point in time because the South is really not cheap anymore. Florida is just as expensive as New York. Atlanta is expensive as hell. Texas, Arizona. Remember at the C-19, a lot of people from Cali and New York, which were two of the most expensive states, moved down south, which caused the housing to go up. So now when you guys move, you have to really think strategically. If you live in New York and another superstorm Sandy hits New York, do you have the means to get out of this city? Because remember, 5-10 years ago, everybody thought preppers were crazy. Remember the show Preppers? That was my show, American Prepper, whatever it was called. They used to come on A&E. And people thought preppers were crazy. They're tinfoil conspiracy theorists. But now we're seeing everything that those preppers have been saying for years is true. We have to start getting back to the basics. We become so reliant on going to grocery stores, on just swiping with a card, Apple Pay. What happens when if the grid goes down, God forbid? and there's no electricity. We're dealing with cyber attacks every day. We've spoke on this channel for years. Don't think Russia does not feel a way because we keep sending money to our baby mama, Ukraine. We have hospitals being hacked. Remember a few years ago when the gas stations were getting hacked? The water system in Florida at one point was hacked, but they caught it just in time before the person was able to poison half the city in Florida. So you really have to think strategically. You got to really think about where you live. And I think at this point in time, a lot of people may leave Florida and not come back because these storms are not going to get any smaller. They're going to be causing more devastation. And unfortunately, those natural protectors that God had around the coast, the barrier reefs, they've literally just been decimated. Houston is literally a fishbowl. They poured concrete into the wetlands, into the marshes to build homes on the beach. So now when it rains, there's nothing to absorb that water. It doesn't get absorbed by the ground. It just sits there. Remember Hurricane Harvey? So it's really scary. So I think a lot of people have to really think, where they should live. And I know for me, as much as I did initially like Cali, it was never a place I was going to live for the rest of my life. And I know when I left in like 2017, 2018, that's when the fires were getting worse. So you got to really think. So for me, geologically, the Midwest, and again, we deal with our stuff here too. But for me, I just feel like the Midwest, as far as weather, is a tad bit safer. And the fact that Lake Superior is right here, and neighbors 5 other states and, some of Canada as well. But you have to really start thinking like that, because there's places right now in Arizona that don't have water. They have to ship in water from other, counties. And you have counties who are having water wars, who are saying, hey, this is our water from this county. We shouldn't have to share it with you guys. You have people who are paying so much money to get water shipped in to their homes. So you really have to think when you're thinking about buying homes and moving into certain places, because you can't just go off of the idea of fun and sun or, the big city. Because we're also getting reports that there might be a big earthquake coming soon and hitting Cali. The San Andreas Fault is very, very active right now. So just make sure wherever you live that you are prepared. You have, as prepared as you can be, right? Because things happen. You can be super prepared and things can still go wrong. But as prepared as you can be, that if everything was to just shut down and you had no power, what would you do? Do you have flashlights? Do you have batteries? Do you have candles? Do you have, a regular can opener? These are conversations that you have to have. Do you have a generator? Do you know how to use a generator? I can't tell you how many videos I saw of people with gas generators in their kitchen. And I'm like, do you want to kill your entire family while they sleep? You literally have a generator going in your kitchen. We have to really start reading up. Learn how to use these. Make sure they're running. Run tests on them. Make sure things are plugged up. Make sure you have backups for backups. Because it's going to be a lot of stuff, I feel, spiritually, that's going to happen in 2025. Everything from the elections to the price of groceries, I don't think things will ever get the way it once was. I think 2019 was, for me personally, my last moment of normalcy. I've not felt normalness since 2019. I mean, I enjoy life as much as I can. I have a good time. I go out with my friends and, you know, do things with the family. But nothing has felt the same since 2019. It's like ever since C-19 hit in 2020, I don't feel like anything has been the same. It's almost like a what's next? What's, you know, what's coming down the pipeline next? It's a very uneasy feeling. I don't know if I'm the only person who feels that way, but it's a very uneasy feeling. When you go to the grocery store and things that you purchased not even a year ago are twice the price. Halloween candy was damn near, for a bag of, you know, mixed Halloween candy, it's damn near $15 to $19. It's insane, the stuff that's going on. And yes, Abrisha, I feel like there's a lot of spiritual warfare. There's a lot of stuff going on spiritually. I feel like the old guards are changing. I think a lot of things have to die out for new things to arise. And I think that's part of the change that we're seeing that's going on with hip hop. You know, the whole Diddy situation, the industry, Hollywood. I think like it's been a lot of just bad things that have gone on in the world that people who are in these high positions have been in control of. And I think like, you know, if we go back to like Bible prophecy, it's almost like punishment is being doled out. You know, every empire ends up eventually crumbling. We're on the brink of World War III. That's already started. They may not officially announce it yet, but we know that that started back when Russia invaded Ukraine. That was the start of that. And it's only going to get worse because it's like at this point, who controls the world controls the food supply. You know, you got Taiwan with the semiconductor chips. You know, we rely so much on technology. It's a lot going on. And then, you know, just these constant storms. And these weather phenomenons, let's not forget, it's not just Florida that's being affected. There were parts of Mexico that were devastated by Hurricane Helene. We were in Puerto Rico this summer for my birthday. Literally a week and a half, I think, maybe 2 weeks after we left Puerto Rico, they got hit with another hurricane. You got places, you know, overseas dealing with flooding. So it's all types of like really, really bad weather phenomenons going on in this world, globally, not just here. Let me read some more messages. Dexter Davis says, FEMA is a political money game at this point. Granted, I get paid through them, but still. Well, I'm glad that you're safe, like I said earlier, and thank you for your hard work. Thank you for being there for the hurricane victims and for people who have literally lost everything. You know, like when I seen you post your picture and you had on your uniform and you was getting right back to like the hurricane zone, I was just like, wow, that's amazing. You know, that's extremely selfless of you. But yeah, FEMA at this point, it's being used as a political thing. You know, they're saying that Joe Biden has the power to send in the National Guards and the military to go into these affected areas to go rescue these people, and it hasn't been done yet. But can we have an honest conversation? I also saw a video of Joe Biden, and he didn't even know there was a storm. He was like, what storm? Why do we keep depending on him to do anything? He doesn't know if he's coming or going. No shade. I respect him for what he did as president, the few things he did, but he doesn't know if he's coming or going. So, like, can whoever is behind Joe, can they do something? Kamala, somebody? Because he doesn't know if he's coming or going. It's weird. Yeah, I heard that DeSantis was rejecting aid too, and I'm feeling like I think part of this is almost like an ego thing. They want to make it seem like they have everything under control. Well, you don't. And it's okay to ask for help. Is that not what we teach children? If you don't know something, if you're confused, raise your hand and ask for help. There's never a stupid question. Ain't that what we've been taught since we were kids? And it's almost like ego. Nobody wants to ask for help. Nobody wants to say that it's worse than what it is. We're getting more real information from the people in North Carolina than we're getting from the mainstream media. They're saying, only about 200 and something people died. I'm hearing thousands. Thousands are unaccounted for. When you see the before and after pictures of Asheville and those surrounding cities, there were people in those homes. Because remember, they didn't have an evacuation order because they don't live on the coast. These people literally went to bed and woke up and it looked like a bomb had exploded. And the fact that many people have still not been helped is insane. It's insane. So it just goes to show you that nobody is coming to save you. You have to, one, get right with God. Let's start there. And two, get to know your neighbors. TikTok is cute. Followers are cute. But when it's said and done, when I turn off this computer, it doesn't matter that I have 1 million people who are subscribed to me. 1 million people don't live in my neighborhood. I have to know this person that lives next door, that person that lives next door. Well, that house is empty, it's for sale. But the people across the street, you got to get to know the people in your community. So that way when shit hits the fan, they can say, hey, where's our neighbor in the black house? Where's our neighbor, in the greenhouse? Are they okay? We have to get back to a sense of community. And that's what's missing. How many of us have lived in neighborhoods where you don't know your neighbors? You don't know their name, don't speak, don't make eye contact with them. It wasn't like that when we were growing up. When we were growing up, we knew everybody in the neighborhood. We knew everybody's parent, even the deadbeat daddies. We knew everybody in the neighborhood. And now people don't know each other. And we're living in times where you have to get to know your neighbors because that same neighbor may save your life. That same neighbor may remember that, that you have small children or you have an elderly person in your home and they come out there and they rescue you or, vice versa. So we have to get back to a sense of community. Let me read some more messages here. My page refreshed. Okay, AK says, I live in Asheville and we couldn't leave West North Carolina. We were completely cut off and Asheville won't have water for up to 6 weeks. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow. 6 weeks without water. So at least you're finally able to get back to quote unquote civilization. Imagine the people that are still completely cut off. That, they're hoping that somebody comes and, they're still stuck. Man, thank God that you're safe. Thank God that you made it out of that alive. Because when I saw Asheville, I broke down crying. I could not believe what I was looking at. Because like I said, I lived in the Carolinas. I couldn't even believe that a storm came that far inland. I'm just glad you're okay. So thank you for checking in. New protocol. Said 1999 says, I trust your warnings. Years ago, you told us about the fuel pipeline issues before the media did. And I was able to get fuel for my family before all of Charlotte went crazy trying to get gas. Any ETA on the next Discord opening? Thank you so much. Yep, I was talking about that earlier, the whole fuel situation. You know, sometimes I just have dreams. Like things come to me in dreams and I just talk about it on here, not even realizing like, damn, that shit is really possibly coming into fruition. You know, but I'm glad that when I talked about that, you were able to go and get gas and, you know, get your family out of there. I thank God for that. As far as the Discord, we'll probably open it again. Where we at? October. Give us maybe like a week or two because we're still on our little high from the Nashville get together, but maybe like a week or two because I know it's been closed for about 3 months now. So we'll probably open it again. So just stay tuned for when we open it up. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. And then on top of that, the infrastructure. You know, these storms are showing you guys that the infrastructure in America is old. Here in Minnesota, we had the bridge collapse. What was that? I think it's going on about 11, 12 years now when the bridge collapsed. So a lot of the infrastructure is not even able to withstand these storms. I mean, in North Carolina, just to see whole roads just washed out, bridges washed out, dams not holding. These dams were supposed to hold back water. They broke, flooded out whole towns. But yet and still we have money for Ukraine. Make it make sense. Rose says trades and skills. Yeah. The trades are, I talk about this all the time. The trades are very, very important. We need more kids in the trades. We need more young people in the trades. I will always speak highly of the trades. Last week we were talking about the longshoremen. You know, a lot of people were mad. They felt like they were holding America hostage. But people don't understand how hard those men and women work. How that's one of the most deadliest jobs. There's no room for error as a longshoreman. An error means your life is gone 9 times out of 10. That is how dangerous that job is. Longshoremen are the people who unload all of the things from the freights, the ships. Then you have the truckers who, y'all know I love my truckers, who take all these deliveries and they get them all across the United States. And I think part of the reason why we don't understand how important these jobs are is because they're not glamorous jobs, right? For so long, people shamed the trades. They made it look like, oh, if you're in the trades, it's because you were a dumbass at school or that you weren't smart. And absolutely not. I know a lot of super smart people who are in the trades. I know people with degrees who have left white collar jobs to go get blue collar jobs. The trades play well and they're needed. And I think the reason why people were so shocked about this longshoreman strike is because many people didn't even know what a longshoreman was. We got to understand how spoiled we are here in America. We take for granted that we just go to a grocery store and if you want a pack of chicken, it's there. It's cut up nicely, no feathers. There's a price tag on there. You scan it, get your chicken, get your seasonings, go on about your business. But we don't understand the process of how that chicken got there, how it got to your dinner plate. We don't have respect for the people who are growing our foods. We don't understand that a lot of these farmers are not being replaced, with corporate farms and GMOs and Monsantos and all that stuff. We don't get it. We don't understand it. We don't understand how the world works. Like I always say, like, you know, everything is just one big circle. Like we're all one big circle of life. Everything is connected. And we've been so busy the past 10 years glamorizing jobs that in the grand scheme of things, they really don't mean too much. They're cool. Like, you know, it's entertainment and escapism is cool. You know, acting is not an easy job, but actors are not necessarily gonna, you know, they don't save lives. They're not doctors and nurses. You know, YouTubers, we just sit up here, we talk, we do commentary. You know, so it's like the people who really run things, we got to understand their jobs and their positions. And we have to understand how important they are to our day-to-day life and not take for granted that that water bottle that you're getting out the refrigerator is there. Understand how it got there. Understand the nuances. Because if a lot of these people go on strike tomorrow, that's going to be another catastrophe for America. The longshoremen, they got what they wanted, right? But what's to say that this is not going to cause a trickle effect? You think that the truckers don't want to get paid more? You think these nurses don't want to get paid more? As much stress as they were under during COVID? You think these teachers who have to deal with these badass kids don't want to get paid more? We're going to be seeing more and more strikes. We are. And and again, I don't think it's necessarily monkey see, monkey do. Part of it is rent is higher, interest rates are higher, car notes are higher, but the pay isn't rising. I'm getting paid the same amount of money, but I'm getting piled on even more work. Remember when I had the nurse call-in show and we had nurses calling in from all over the world to like air out their grievances, let us know about the strike that was going on in New York? And a lot of people thought they were being selfish. Y'all have patients to take care of. Y'all need to get back to work. And they were saying that they were being burnt out. They went from having to take care of, 2-3 patients at the max in a shift. Because running between 3 rooms is a lot, depending on what, the care that the patients need. To them being bombarded with 7 to 10 patients. Them being bombarded with, okay, this patient has a broken leg. This person's in here because of diabetes. This person's in ICU. Those are different severities that they're having to run behind and figure out. And then, God forbid, if any mistakes are made, it's on them. You're damn right they're going to burn out. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on. It is so much. I could go on forever. It's a lot going on just across the board with everyone. With everyone. Let me see here. Let me read. OCL Sportsman says, please read Operation Popeye about the Vietnam War. I haven't heard of that. Let me go ahead and write that down. Put that in my notes. Operation Popeye. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to look into that. Belly B says, in Cali, there were buildings destroying many native bushes. Okay, hold on. In Cali, they were building and destroying many native bushes. Come to find out those bushes were naturally fire resistant. Now they are rushing to replant them. Wow. That is a really good point because that's what happened in Lahaina. A lot of the natural plants that grew on the island, they were replaced. They were taken out, tossed away so they could build what they wanted to build. And a lot of those plants, just like you're saying in Cali, were naturally fire resistant. Why? Because California is a very hot place. Hawaii's hot. And fires can start, of course, you have asshole arsonists who start fires, but also fires start naturally in that type of weather. So these plants are natural barriers put there by God to protect the land. and they were dug up and discarded. And now they're rushing to replant them. Just like I was talking about earlier in Florida, in Texas, along the coast, those natural barrier reefs, the wetlands, the marshlands, a lot of that stuff was cemented. They came in with cement and concrete. And that is why places like Houston is literally like a fishbowl. New Orleans, literally like a fishbowl. There's nowhere for the water to go when they get an abundance of rain and hurricanes. It literally just sits there until it eventually evaporates and they're able to suck it out and get it back into the ocean. So we've done a lot of damage to the earth, to the United States. And don't get me started on China. They have single-handedly done so much damage to the earth, the Chinese. No shade, I'm just saying. Natalie says, caught alive, love from Hong Kong, T. Hey, Natalie. Hope Florida makes it through this. Climate change is real, y'all. It is. And I know in Japan, y'all deal with a lot of like tsunamis and, things like that. So you guys definitely stay safe as well. It's a lot. It's a lot going on globally. It really is. Thank you for coming through, though. I always love when I have my overseas people come through and show love. Real Set 999 says, Christians were called crazy for years when speaking of the end times that we are in today. Mentioning the last days, we were laughed at. Now everyone knows we're at the end, but fear not, watch and pray. That's a really good point. And it's very interesting now, too. Even with a lot of these commercial people, mainstream people, you notice now they're talking more about God. They're talking more about Christianity and praying. Whereas a few years ago, I'm sorry that I say, I meant China, I said Japan, Hong Kong. But they get tsunamis too. But I've noticed that too, like even the energy is changing with like mainstream media. There's a lot of talk about spirituality now, a lot of talk about God and faith and, praying. Whereas a few years ago, you couldn't even mention God because they didn't want to offend people. But now it's like people are speaking more openly about God now, which is a good thing. And again, regardless of what God you serve, could be, it could be Muslim, Christian, all types of stuff. James says, T, are you feeling okay? I'm going through a lot. Today's been a very heavy day for me. I got some really bad news. So I just don't want to sleep right now. I just want to sit up and talk to y'all. So, yeah. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a really, we'll talk about it on Discord. I don't talk about, personal family stuff on YouTube, but I will talk about it on Discord when we have our next Zoom meeting. But yeah, I got some like really, really bad news about a family member. So yeah. So I'm sorry if my mind is kind of all over the place. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it, AG. She said praying for you. I'm going to definitely need my prayer warriors in the prayer room. Because, yeah, it's a lot. It's pretty heavy. Yeah. Let's see here. Shemaya says, hey, T, I live in Fort Myers, Florida. And we experienced many tornadoes before hurricanes hit Florida. Also, I'm staying at the hospital for the hurricane. Team A, please pray for Florida. Thank you so much for, staying at the hospital and helping out. I hope everything works out for you guys there in Florida. Stay safe. So thank you so much for checking in. I appreciate that. Daisy sent 50. She says, hey, T, I'm in Palm Beach. I'm glad you're streaming as we waited out. Fellow tea sipper, prepare for Yah's return, for it is written, the wicked have a job to do and they don't sleep. Born in Miami, and I remember when Hurricane Andrew hit, you can't prepare enough. Thank Thank you so much for checking in, Daisy. I appreciate you. And I hope everything goes okay for you guys during the storm. I hope everything ends up working out. So thank you for checking in with me. Let's see here. Greg1234 says, in Orlando, we have not lost power yet. I want this week to be over with the gas and grocery stores madness. I'm done. Stay safe. And I hope, you know, everything works out for you and your family. Thank you. Okay, Mac from USCG, the United States Coast Guard, says for maritime emergencies, please hail the Coast Guard on VHF CH16 or call 911. Do not use social media to report distress calls. Thank you so much, Mac. I appreciate you coming through with that tip. He's down in Florida. So if you guys are having any type of water emergencies, if you guys are on boats, that's who you guys want to reach out to. Reach out to the Coast Guard. Let's see here. Romance Rage says, hey T, I'm going to catch the playback because college ain't canceled this homework. Sending love to my fellow Floridians. I'm near Cocoa Beach and the wind has destroyed buildings already and it's not even here. Wow. That was at 9:36. So it's 10:42 right now. Let's see. Let's see what the live people are doing. Let's pull up some live shots here. I'm trying to see, like, okay, this one looks kind of interesting. All right, let's
yeah, you certainly don't want to put your staff member.
See what they're talking about real quick before I go.
Members at risk or in jeopardy, because at this point, you know, you just have to keep them safe first. We're showing lots of video people have captured of these transformers igniting. It's pretty incredible video in the night sky, and it's just not in LCEC in Cape Coral. It's across the area. So what is going to be the first, when do you think you might be able to get these crews out there to assess the situation?
What will happen as soon as the wind can die down, we'll send an assessment team out. They will go out, assess the entire grid. What they will do then is they'll determine if there is main infrastructure that needs to be repaired. We have to start with that because that's where the power comes from. Once we restore the main infrastructure, we'll move on to essential services like hospitals, grocery stores, anything that people need to have their power restored. I mean, to get their life back to normal. And then from the essential services, we then focus, Kelly, on the areas where we can get the greatest number of customers on the quickest. And what we'll do is send crews there that they can get a lot of people restored with the least amount of effort, which it is still a big, huge effort, but without having to put a lot of resources in one place. Then from there, they'll go into the neighborhoods.
So did y'all see how those transformers were blowing up? That's what holds power. So as they're blowing, you're seeing like the neighborhoods getting darker and darker. So these people are probably going to be without power for a while until they can get down there to them. Let me see what other stations are on. Let's see what they're talking about.
It's common, yet you see the destructive nature on the backside, which is what you're going to be experiencing here in the next hour, 2 hours. Does it seem like most people have heeded the warnings? Does it seem like most people have evacuated and left?
It did until the eye came over us, and then we started seeing all these pickups and all these cars coming through here. So it was calm, it was quiet, it looked like it's safe. Look, we're staying in a hotel on the water, and people have come out. There are people staying in the hotel. This is an evacuation zone, though, but I think some of the people in the hotels that are high up, our hotel is very high up. I'd say it's probably maybe 50 to 100 feet up, 50 to 100 feet up. So, you know, we feel very protected here. But again, I got to tell you, Gotti, the water here, it's wild. It's coming in, and the rate that it's coming in is pretty fast. So I think over the next 4 or 5 hours, we're going to see some serious flooding in Sarasota. I mean, it was forecasted. It's just the question is how high it's going to be. You see, this is what I'm talking about here. People just zooming by, going as fast as they can in some cases.
Wow. And the storm surge was particularly, it was a huge concern a little bit north of you, and it looks like that is now shifted south. Does it look like the storm surge is already starting to set in where you are?
Yeah, look, it looks like it's coming in. I mean, the big fear was the storm surge in Tampa Bay, that black swan event. Luckily, and not luckily for other communities, but luckily for Tampa Bay, the storm, you know, it hit a little south of Tampa. If it hit north, it'd be a much different story. That's why Sarasota will feel the brunt of that storm surge. And that's why people here are concerned tonight. Again, once we get to that back of that eye wall, it's going to be a much different story. Gotti, I'm going to pick up our coverage now because I know our colleague Priscilla Thompson is standing by in Orlando. She's been covering the tornadoes and the tornado threats throughout the central and eastern part of the state. Priscilla, what can you tell us tonight?
Okay, I'm going to look for a few other ones that are live. Okay, he got there. Oh, he's storm chasing. Let's see what he's talking about. Now I'm curious to know, is this storm chaser, is this a professional storm chaser or just somebody with a YouTube channel chasing storms? Child. They have no audio. Let me go somewhere else. Oh, it looks like Ryan Hall. He's streaming again. Let's see what he's talking about. Oh, this was earlier. He must have stopped. Yeah,
this is airport. Go ahead, Andy.
I thought he was streaming again. That was earlier. Let's see what they're talking about. Oh, wow. You can see the flooding here. Well, I just hope everybody ends up just, you know, being safe. Just being safe. I don't understand the whole storm chasing thing, especially if you're not like a professional storm chaser. I personally wouldn't risk it, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me. I'd rather be in my house or in an evacuation shelter. I'm not running behind a storm. But somebody made a good point in the chat. They were saying that in a minute, Florida's going to be uninhabitable. And I believe that because, one, Florida is sinking. We've been seeing that for years, especially like in Miami. When I've been down there on vacation, anytime they get rain, the water doesn't go anywhere. Like, water literally is around your ankles. I know they're trying to stop the sinking from happening, but I think eventually Florida will be, you know, swallowed by the sea. Like a lot of it will be. And it's not just Florida. It's going to be a lot of like coastal areas over like the next 20 years. A lot of countries. If you look at, they have like these type of like projections of like maps, like what the world is going to look like in 10 to 15 years. And places like Florida, parts of Texas, they're all shown where the water has basically come further inland. So I think in a minute, Louisiana, a lot of these cities are, America's going to look totally different in like 50 years. The map of America is not going to look like that. Yeah, they're sinking bad. And I knew it was bad because when I first went down to Miami, I went to Miami, I want to say like, I went there, I want to say like maybe like 2010, 2012. And then I didn't go back until like my birthday in 2017. But I remember when I was out there like in 2012-ish, and it rained. I remember the water just barely covering like my tattoo because I have like a whole foot sleeve. And I remember it was like barely covering my tattoo, and I was kind of just walking through water, and I thought that was weird because we were like going down there by South Beach. But I remember the water like barely covering my tattoo. And then when I went to Miami in 2017, that shit was to my ankles. Entire foot sleeve covered. And I'm like, this is not good because it wasn't like this a few years ago. Somebody said New York is sinking too. Yeah, I believe it. New York was built on trash. Manhattan was built on trash. So it was never meant to sustain like the heavy, you know, buildings and all that stuff, the skyscrapers. Yeah. Yeah, Manhattan was built on trash. You can research it. A lot of these places were not built on solid foundation. I like, as much as I love New Orleans, I don't understand why. It's literally a fishbowl. As somebody who can't swim, New Orleans gives me really bad anxiety anytime I'm down there. And I remember I didn't realize how much of a fishbowl it was until I went to the Walmart down there. And I was noticing like all these seagulls. And I'm not thinking nothing of it. Then I started seeing like something just kind of bobbing, but beyond the wall. And I'm like, what is that? Like, what is that bobbing? They're like, oh, those are the ships. That's like the top of the ships. So what do you mean those are the ships? They're like, yeah, on the other side of the wall, that's water. That's like the ocean or just whatever. And I was just like, are you serious? I was like, so the only thing that's protecting me right now in this Walmart parking lot is a wall? Who built this town? You know what I mean? Like, New Orleans just gives me anxiety as somebody who cannot swim. I was like, what in the world? You're just surrounded by water all through New Orleans. You're surrounded by water. Yeah, somebody said, T, you're too spiritual to be in New Orleans. Oh yeah, I've told y'all my New Orleans ghost stories. I'm always seeing shit, sensing shit anytime I'm down in New Orleans. I remember we went to the cemetery and they gave me one of those little meters and my little meter was going off and I don't know why I chose to go on the damn ghost tour. That shit was like, yeah. Like New Orleans is if you're spiritually sensitive, you will be seeing all types of stuff in New Orleans. All types of stuff. Yeah, they have a very like sordid history. Very interesting history. Yep. The graves are buried above ground because, when you dig to bury people, you bury them 6 feet under. Well, in New Orleans, if you dig 6 feet under, you're going to hit water. Same with Puerto Rico. A lot of their graves were above ground as well. So, some parts of Puerto Rico really reminded me of New Orleans. And they said, Old San Juan, they got the person who built Old San Juan, they kind of got the idea from New Orleans. So that's why a lot of like the colorful buildings in Old San Juan reflect New Orleans. So, yeah. Miss Sparkle says the veil is thin over there. It is. But I like New Orleans though. Like I like the people there, the food, you know what I'm saying? But if you're spiritually sensitive, like you will see things, you will hear things. Especially if you go down to like where Katrina hit, like the lower ninth. I remember I went down to the lower ninth ward a year after Katrina. We took a road trip down there, me and my friends. And you could still see like the X's on people's doors and it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a very draining experience. Yeah. But it's a beautiful place. But Somebody said it feels demonic. For some people, they say it's really dark, you know. But yeah, it's a very spiritual place. And even like another place that's very spiritual is the Carolinas because of the slavery. If you go to like plantations, any old plantations in the Carolinas, you'll see and you'll hear a lot of stuff. You'll hear voices. You walk through the cotton fields. I remember we were in the Broughtonville plantation, and like the bells would just start ringing, like the dinner bells for the slaves and stuff. Lot of energy in those types of places. Lots of energy. Yeah, it's like a heaviness. You're right, Sugar Puff. It's like a heaviness. Yeah, I love history. I'm a history buff. I love documentaries. So for me, when I go to a place, like the touristy stuff is cool, but I like to see like the nitty gritties of the city. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person that you'll see me like walking on Freedman Street in the Bronx by myself, just shopping. Like people are like, T, what the fuck are you doing in the Bronx? I'm like, shit, minding my business, you know. But I like to like really like go out and like just really see stuff, be adventurous and see things. Definitely Charleston. Charleston is a very spiritual place as well. I like the Geechee people down in Charleston. I like their accents, and yeah, I love the Geechees. Yep, energy cannot be destroyed. It just transforms into something else. Water, ghost spirits, people are human, earthbound creations. I believe it. Yes, Alexa, I was on Fordham Road, honey. In the Bronx shopping, running into tea sippers. Like, hold up, you that girl from YouTube. What the hell are you doing on Fordham? I don't do Lake Lanier. I've been invited to Lake Lanier. Yeah, and I spent a lot of time in Atlanta. I do not do Lake Lanier. I won't go down there. Certain things like I don't know, for me, I just don't play with water a lot. You know, I believe in water spirits, and certain things can call you to the water where you don't even realize it. You know, you turn around, you're like literally in the water, like what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it's like Lake Lanier, I know Star loves Lake Lanier, Sparkle. He's always at Lake Lanier. I don't do Lake Lanier at all. I refuse. It's too much. It's tied to too much history, too much suffering. I did like a whole podcast breaking down the history of Lake Lanier and Oscarville, which was the black town buried under there. You know how they flooded that out. So, yeah. Nikki says, T, you should visit Canada one day. One day. I've never been to Canada, but I wouldn't mind coming. I don't think it's not too far from Minnesota, so because I'm way up here anyways. But I've never been to Canada. I've always wanted to go. The podcast, it's Tea Time Unfiltered. It's from, I think I did it around 2020 when I was talking about Lake Lanier, water spirits. It was around the time Naya Rivera drowned in California. That's when I did the podcast. Come to Oregon. I've never been there. But you know, like I told y'all this year, I said I wanted to start going to places that were kind of off the cuff. You know, that's why I was really glad that I got a chance to go to Nashville in June, and we went back, you know, recently. But I really like want to go to like Yellowstone, and you know, I've been to like all the regular cities, the Miamis, the Atlantas, the New York. I really want to start going to stuff that's kind of off the cuff, because I feel like a lot of these places won't be around much longer. Like I'm heartbroken that all the stuff that happened in Western North Carolina, because those are like just some of the most beautifulest spots. They're never going to be the same. Like, me and Emily been talking for a while. I want to go to Gatlinburg in Tennessee. I want to go to the Smoky Mountains, you know? And so I really want to go out there. I know they dealt with a lot of flooding recently. Dollywood, all that stuff flooded out. And I want to go. We've been talking about that all year. So to see that happening, it's just like, damn. We're like losing these cities more and more. I've never been to Utah. I've never been to Colorado. Don't go to Oregon, too many sundown towns. Nope, I've never been to Seattle. But I would love to visit those cities. I want to start going to like those type of cities because they just have like a old town feel to them. Like, I just, when I tell you I love Nashville, like I would literally live in Nashville. That's how much I like it. I love the vibe of Nashville and, you know, it's just, it's popping. The energy, like I really liked it. Okay, I'm going to read a few. I've been on here for 2 hours. I just want to kind of stay with y'all. I know a lot of people are just, you know, trying to pass time while they wait for the hurricane and stuff. So I'm glad I was able to just, you know, come on and we're able to talk about stuff. I'm going to go ahead and read a few more super chats here. Okay, Tabby Cat says, I was praying for the homeless in Florida. Because of the new law passed, I'm praying for all of Florida at this point. Stay prayed up. What law was passed in Florida about the homeless? I didn't hear about that law. But I hope, you know, all of them got to like a safe place as well. Wavy Tay sent $49.99 says, hey auntie, this is your favorite soldier checking in. Just wanted to say hi to you and the tea sippers. My prayers go out to the people of Florida. I have an uncle in Fort Lauderdale. He was not affected. Also, these influencers are clowns. Stay safe. Thank you so much for checking in. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's a lot going on. You know, I seen like a tweet that I think Suki put out. She was like, y'all need to ejaculate instead of evacuate. You know, it's just like, I don't know. I just don't see like what's funny. Like these, you're talking about real people. You're talking about your fans. Just like, whoa, Vicky acting like this hurricane's a tourist attraction. You know, granted, a majority of people may come out unscathed. You know, God willing, nothing happens. They don't suffer from any wind or water damage. You know, consider yourself lucky. But understand that there's going to be a section of people that they're going to lose everything. That's just what it is. That's what happens during these storms. So, I mean, you just have to have some empathy for people. Uncle, oh, hold on. I think I read that earlier. Miss Angie sent $49.99. Thank you so much, Miss Angie. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Terra Squad says, T, did you see the face of the storm? It looked demonic. No, let me see. I've seen some like models, but I haven't seen like the face of the storm. Let me Google. Let's see. Milton is dangerous. Hurricane Milton, 200-mile-per-hour demon winds. Hurricane Milton looks demonic. Okay, here goes a TikTok video. Or no, Twitter. Hold on, let me show y'all this. It don't look like it to me, but maybe I'm sleepy. I'm looking at it. I mean, I can see where it looks like a skull. I guess, is that like a mouth? Okay, I guess I'm kind of seeing. So that's the eye. That's the nose. Ooh, not it just jumping up like that and that's the mouth. It just zoomed in. That was creepy because I didn't even click on it. Okay, child, let me go ahead and click on that shit just zoomed in. Like, that was weird. I didn't even, yeah, it does. It looks like Jigsaw's face. Now I see it now that it like zoomed in. That shit looks weird. Oh, wait. Yeah, that was creepy. Somebody said it looks like an alien. Yeah, it looks like really, that was strange. Ooh. Thank you, Terror Squad. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Bruce Kenton sent $4.99 says, I haven't caught a live in a minute. Love you. Everyone on the East Coast, stay safe. Amen. Amen. Uncle Dewitt said, he sent $1.99. He says, from New Orleans, went through Katrina, praying for Florida. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. A lot of people in who went through Katrina still suffer PTSD. And it's been, what, 18 years? 19 years since Katrina? Like, if you talk to people who went through Katrina and they were kids when that happened, like, and you tell them, like, you know, tell me, like, what you went through during Katrina. What did you see? They go back to being, like, 8, 9-year-old kids. They saw everything from bodies floating, crocodiles or alligators, snakes. Them folks went through hell. Not knowing if they're going to make it, seeing their neighbors floating face down. A lot of this stuff is going to cause PTSD with the hurricanes, especially what's going on in the Carolinas and in East Tennessee. And you're also going to deal with a lot of survivor's guilt. So do not feel above getting counseling and getting help, because that guilt comes, you know, like, why did you survive versus your neighbor versus this person or that person. Those are some of the things that people don't talk about with these storms, because, you know, we all want to survive it, right, and be okay. And then once you survive it, not only you're dealing with the devastation of having lost everything, now you're having to deal with the devastation of, I made it, or my house is still standing, but my neighbor's house literally floated down the river. You know, why me and not them? So it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Somebody said, okay, TT says, I was 5 years old and I remember Hugo in South Carolina. I'm 39 and I remember the storm. These storms are no joke. Oh, yeah. Yeah. As a kid watching the news about Katrina, I knew it was fucked up. Yeah. I was in labor and had my baby the night of Katrina. He was 2 months premature. I was in Mississippi. I will never forget that night. And what was to come when I got at the hospital. Yeah, I was pregnant during Katrina, near the end of my pregnancy. And I just remember, because I was out of work, and just watching these people on the roof. And I'm crying. I remember I was calling my husband at work, like, they're still on the roof. Like, literally, like, a day later, like, they're still on the roof. Nobody's coming to get them. Like, that was just the worst. And then I ended up, I forget the damn storm that was going on around the time when I had the baby 2 weeks after Katrina. But it was like storm after storm after storm. It was insane. That was like that 2005. I still have PTSD from that. I'm trying to think of that storm's name. And they're still saying that Hurricane Helene, more than 200 people dead. It's way more than that. It's way more than that. Okay, let me read this here. Smiles the Dragon says, showing love, God bless. What if the two moons gravitate to the gravitational pull? I believe can worsen the effects of the storm. It's like a torn surge and stuff. So you're talking about the moon's gravitational pull? Well, yeah, they said that the moon has a lot to do with the water, that it affects like the tides and stuff like that. So I can see that. Even if you talk to a lot of nurses, there's a thing called full moon madness. And they always say like during a full moon, people tend to go crazy because our bodies are like, what, like 75 or so % water. And so a lot of times when it's a full moon, you'll have people, you know, behaving crazy, acting nuts. So I definitely believe that with the moon, you know, having effects on the water, because it does with humans as well. If you talk to any, the name lunatic, thank you, also ties in with the moon. If you talk to nurses who work in the ER, they get an uptick of people during the full moon. Yeah. Brown Skin 69 says, I'm in Florida right now, but I'm in Pembroke Pines. My aunt lives in Tampa. She texted me at 9:30 and said, we just lost power. Damn. Well, I'm hoping your aunt will be okay. And that's the only thing that she loses is power, because power can always be restored. So I'm hoping she's okay. Anaya says, it's my 20th birthday. I'm from Lakeland, 40 minutes from Tampa. Thank God we had another house away from the hurricane danger zone that we could go to. That is a blessing, and happy birthday to you. Thank God for making another, making it another year. So happy birthday. Knit Nun sent 5 says, hey T, I ended up downloading a video on TikTok before it got deleted. Is there where I can send the video to you to show you? Yes, email it to me now if you're still in the chat. Send it to Lovelyti. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Email it there and I'll pull it up right now if you're still in the chat. Let me know that you emailed it though before I leave. E Lovely says she's sending love from Nola. Thank you. Miss Somalia says, since tech has advanced, the weather has gotten worse. That is a really good point. That is a really good point. Because now, remember the other gentleman earlier said that now they just made a category 6, which to me is insane because I always thought it stopped at category 5, but they just upped it to a category 6. Let's see here. For the sake of Haiti says, we'll never go back to the good old days. I can barely buy normal groceries. I definitely agree. It's a lot. Okay, Karina's in the house. Hey, Karine. I hope you're okay, sis. Karine says, pray for us, y'all. It's bad out here. I live in Florida. I have lived in Florida for 24 years, and I have not experienced anything like this before. We had 11 tornadoes today, 11. Thank you for live streaming, T. It's keeping me distracted right now. You're more than welcome. Please stay safe. Keep us posted in the Discord. Let us know what's going on and how you're doing. Yeah, I saw a lot of tornadoes earlier today. I mean, it's just like at this point, like, what is going on? It's like tornadoes are coming, hurricanes are coming, earthquakes on the West Coast, fires on the West Coast, fires in Hawaii. It's insane. The weather this year has been crazy. It's been one for the record books. But yeah, definitely stay safe. Tanelia Matthews says, we are in North Alabama. Both my husband and I have family in Florida, Alabama, and Georgia. We're praying. Definitely. Thank you for checking in. Let's see. Desiree Nicole says, Kamala told DeSantis to answer the damn phone. She's been calling. He's refusing her help over his ego. Wow. That's what I was saying earlier, that it seems like a lot of people, like in these mayors in these towns, are trying to take everything upon themselves, like they don't want to ask for help, as if it's going to look bad on them. If people are hurt and dying, who cares about your ego and your reputation? Get the people the help that they need. Like, that's disgusting. Belly B says, yep, Mexico refused corn from the U.S. because of GMO. Wow. Thank you for that. Jesse Adams says, speak on the T. I'm all for people wanting to do better in life or be a boss, but don't disrespect the people that make your life more convenient. Amen. Amen. That's the truth. Miss Sparkle says, T, the Sahara in Africa is flooded too? Hold up. Not the Sahara Desert. Hold on. What in the world? Water gushes through the sand dunes after a rare rainfall in the Sahara Desert? What? Flooding in the Sahara Desert fills lakes that have been dry for 50 years. Y'all can't tell me there's not something biblical and crazy going on. The Sahara Desert flooded. Let me share this with y'all. I did not even hear about this. Flooding in the Sahara Desert fills lakes that have been empty for 50 years. This is the Sahara Desert. An extreme onslaught of rain in Morocco, about a year's worth in 2 days, brought desperately needed water to some of the Sahara Desert's more arid regions. That is crazy. Wow. Thank you for that. I didn't even know about that. Somebody said, can you make a video about the Star of Jacob and how it symbolizes the return of Jesus? I gotta look more into that. I don't know too much about that. Let me write it down. Okay. I'm gonna look into that. I don't know a lot about that, but thank you. Empathetic Bliss says, I went to Nashville on a work trip. I can't wait to go back just to have fun. Praying for Florida and our country as a whole. Amen. Amani says, the buildings and the colors in NOLA were inspired by the Haitian migrants in the 1800s after the revolution. They doubled the size of the city back then. Thank you for that information. I didn't know that. Yeah, I love the bright colors down there in NOLA. Let's see here. Flower Juice says, hey T, your favorite New Yorker living in Japan. My dad lives in Florida. I'm worried about him and I'm asking him for updates, praying for Florida. Thank you for checking in, and I hope everything goes well with your dad. I hope he ends up being okay. So thank you for letting us know. I'm definitely going to be praying for everybody in Florida tonight. It's a lot. What Gem says, trust us Muslims know the Antichrist is on its way. Yeah, we're definitely living in a beast system. I'll say that. Especially with all this technology. Daisy says, everyone please lift T up in prayer now. We love you. Thank you so much, Daisy. I appreciate you, sis. Angie sent $49.99, says, I'm sorry to hear that, lovely. Keep your head up high. We don't want your crown to fall off, Queen. We will pray for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Belly B sent $9.99, says, I'm not religious at all, but my friend who passed away came to me in a dream with desperation. He was screaming, telling me I need to find my faith in God because horrible times were coming. Wow. And you're not religious. So I would take that as definitely a message from him. I think he was definitely trying to send you a message. But yeah, I definitely believe there's more. 2025, it's going to be a rough year. It's going to be a rough year. I would say the most important thing for even after the elections and all that, stock up, save, put something aside. I know stuff is expensive, bills, groceries, but from every paycheck, just put something aside for emergencies. And just really start learning about things like what you can do in the event there's a fire, in the event there's a flood, things that you'll need. Start really watching a lot. We have a whole prepper room in the Discord. So we have all these different channels that people can go in and get information and share information, starting little gardens, just things to get you prepared for stuff. Because we may get into a position where you're not able to go to the grocery store, where you may have to learn how to start canning and preserving foods. So I just feel like there's going to be more hard times coming. Miss Sparkle says climate migrants will be everywhere. That's an interesting name, climate migrants. Huh. Johnny Blaze says, don't walk out into flooded streets during the aftermath. There can be fallen power lines where you can get electrocuted. Love y'all, T. Thank you so much for that tip. I appreciate that. And also, people need to make sure that if you're out there, you have some type of stick or, I would say something wooden so you can see how deep the water is. Because it may look like it's not that deep or, it's only ankle deep. And then you take a step and now you've fallen in and the water is above your shoulders. So you have to be really, really mindful. If you're going I just wouldn't go out. I wouldn't go out. But if you have to, be very, very mindful. Good night, Travel Jet Setter. Let's see here. Johnny Blaze sent 5 says, don't walk. Oh, no, I read that. Wavy Tay sent 1999 says, as a service member, this makes me upset. How shameful for our government. How do you receive aid like you can? Put your pride aside for once, DeSantis. Our governor got money for Ukraine, Israel, and illegal migrants. Y'all be safe. Yeah. They got to put their pride aside because there's real people dying and real people hurting. And I don't understand why they're not asking for the help. It doesn't make any sense at all. Miss A. Hunt says, I was in Hurricane Rita. A tree fell on our house into my kids' bed. Luckily, we had moved them from our bed. We had moved them to our bed. Wow. Ooh-wee. I'm so glad you guys were okay. That is scary. There was a woman who recently, she had twins. They were basically, I think 2-month-old twins. And they're saying that she and her twins died because a tree fell on her house. So, yeah, it's scary. Black ex-girl says, I'm sorry for your family's issues. I will be praying for you and your family. Thank you for coming live tonight. You are so welcome, and thank you guys for being here, you know, with me as well. It kind of like kept my mind off of, you know, what's going on. So I appreciate y'all. Miss Mimi Sim 499 says, my colleague was telling me about snow in South Africa, where she's from. That is very rare there. Wow. It snowed in South Africa. Okay, so Black Girl X says, it snowed in South Africa 2 weeks ago. What is going on? And then we wonder why people keep saying that the weather is being played with. What? This is South Africa? It literally looks like Minnesota. Okay, hold on. Let's watch this. Hold on. I didn't even know about this.
As temperatures continue to decrease in various parts of KwaZulu-Natal, motorists are urged to postpone their journeys. Hundreds of commuters have found themselves trapped in their vehicles after heavy snow fell over areas around Van Riebeeck Pass from late Friday night. Truck drivers, who are amongst road users left stranded along the N3 in KwaZulu-Natal, are calling on law enforcement agencies to...
This is crazy. It's still summer. It's fall now. This was 2 weeks ago in South Africa. I've never even heard of Africa getting snow, to be honest with you. What in the world?
Now, despite some parts of the N3 highway between KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng being reopened to traffic, authorities are advising South Africans to still delay their travels. This after heavy snowfalls blanketed the KwaZulu-Natal Midlands over the weekend, leading to a closure of the road, stalling vehicles on the N3 traveling from Johannesburg towards KwaZulu-Natal. One person died after spending Friday night in a taxi stuck in the snow. To talk more about this, we are joined by Midlands Emergency Service.
Does South Africa normally get snow? Somebody said it's winter in South Africa. I didn't know South Africa had a winter. Maybe I just know about West Africa's weather. Like they have rainy seasons. I didn't know that. Does South Africa is this normal? Y'all get snow? I've never heard of it snowing in Africa. I'm not being facetious. That's crazy. Somebody said the accent with the snow is wild. Yeah, I'm bugging because I'm hearing South African accents and it's looking like Minnesota. I'm like, wait, what? We don't even have snow yet. And we're Minnesota. That's crazy. Somebody says it snows yearly in Lesotho, which is right next to South Africa. Yeah, I never knew that there was snow in Africa. Somebody said they have winter but no snow. East of Congo gets snow. They're below the equator. I'm in South Africa. We're not supposed to. Okay, so now somebody who's in South Africa says this. Tracy says, I'm in South Africa. No, we're not supposed to have snow. Okay, so that's coming from somebody who's actually in South Africa. Because I'm like, I've never, I've never been there, but I've never heard of it snowing in Africa. That's interesting. I never knew that. Wow. And then you have a flooding in the Sahara Desert. Like, what in the world is going on right now? This is crazy. Mount Kilimanjaro has height and they're not supposed to get snow. Yeah, because I would think that if there was snow, it'd be on Mount Kilimanjaro. Vanessa says she has visited. They have actual ski lodges. But are the ski lodges like real snow? You know how sometimes they can make like fake snow with like ice or whatever they do? You know how they can make like fake ski lodges. That's interesting. You learn new stuff every day. But obviously whatever is going on in South Africa is not normal because it's on the news. And they're saying that cars are backed up. So even if they do get snow here and there, obviously something's amiss because the news people look like they're shocked at the sight of snow. Okay, so it's artificial snow. That's what I was thinking. Wow. Little Hellboy said 99 says, damn, missed the live. I just woke up. Love you, auntie. No, you're fine. I'm still here. It's almost been 3 hours. What time is it? It's almost midnight. This is a super late stream. And we still have over 6,000 people in here. This began in 2019 after people removed the mummies from their tombs in Egypt. Oh, shit. And then remember they had like some type of procession. Was it for like the Olympics? It was something that had to do with the mummies. And people were talking about the curse of the mummies back then. Yeah, that was crazy. Oh my gosh. Talisha says, fresh off of work, I'm definitely going to catch the replay. It's 12:32 in Michigan. Hey, Eric. We missed you at the party, Eric. I know you didn't get a chance to come this year. You were definitely missed. We definitely turned up for you. And Daniel. Daniel didn't get to come this year either. It's 5:33 in Scotland, UK. Oh, y'all are up. Kirk says, T, are you going to make this a 3-hour stream? I might as well, right? I got like another 20 minutes. Let's see what's going on now with the hurricane. Let's go on to TikTok. Let's watch some more TikTokers. I don't want to hear that. Here goes another I can't evacuate story. He looks interesting. I want to see what he has to say. He looks interesting.
Okay, so a lot of people are saying evacuate Florida. Let me tell y'all. For one, we can't. Everybody backed up on the highway right now. I can't go nowhere. Flights is out of their ass, for two. And then on top of that, where the fuck I'm gonna go? Y'all, we can only go north. We can't go nowhere. And then the airports, flights is expensive as fuck. I just checked the app. Who paying that? I can't afford that. Not right now. Well, I look good as fuck. But no, like, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't do it. I'm on the first floor. Like I said, I live on the first floor. But I think I'll be good. I don't know. I need to check the news app. I really do. But I did get an Amber Alert earlier telling me that I need to not evacuate, but like it was like, make sure you got water, money, safety, stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a life jacket tomorrow, and if I could get like a sandbag, you know what I mean? Like a couple sandbags, because my porch do be flooding when it just be regular rain. So I ain't got time for that shit flooding because it's gonna be a whole bunch of rain. But I'm gonna let y'all know how this goes, and prayers to all Floridians because this is crazy. Okay, so a lot of people are saying,
okay, sir. Like, I love these TikToks. So they be so funny. So he said that he knows his his porch floods during normal rain. But he hasn't gotten the sandbags yet. He plans on getting the sandbags tomorrow. He posted this 2 days ago. I hope he got the sandbags. I hope he's ready. And he lives on the first floor. Okay. All right, sir. Good luck. Let's see, who else? We saw her earlier. She was crying and shit. Okay, we saw them earlier. She was cooking that bland food. What's he talking about?
God damn. God damn.
my gosh. Let me look for some more. Let's see. What's she talking about?
I was unaware of what zone we were in because, of course, I didn't look like I was supposed to. So I did, and my community, they sent out letters basically saying, like, we have to go. So for me to get up today and look on the shade room, and they're like, the mayor of our city, that's because I'm in Tampa where the landfall is going to hit. And the mayor basically saying, like, if you don't evacuate the mandatory zones, like, you gonna die. I don't want nobody to tell me I'm finna die. Like, no. So thank God for my granny, boy. If y'all still got y'all grandma in y'all life, baby, amen, hallelujah. Because grandma say, pack it up, get here. So I appreciate her for that. All I want y'all to do is just keep floating y'all prayers, you know what I'm saying? It ain't all peaches and cream all the time. Everybody don't come out here to vacation, baby. We really go through things. Like, I was unaware.
Okay, well, at least she got her grandma. So she's going to go to her grandma's house. So hopefully she made it there safe. But I'm laughing because she's like, oh, I found out on the shade room. Shade room? Like, well, what? Like, I'm going to need us to do better. The shade room should not be your source, your first source. You live in Tampa. You should have had it on the news stations. You know what I'm saying? The radio. Like, come on. Come on. Yes, bless her heart. So I hope she made it to her grandmother's house. But yeah, she's like, I found out on the shade room that I'm in a bad zone. Like, no, sis. I'm going to need her to know her evacuation zone. You know what I'm saying? She needs to know about the community that she stays in. So, and you know, it's a learning experience for some. So, you know, take what people are saying and also implement them in your own personal life if you live in Florida and other places as well. So I thought that was funny. She's like, I found out on the shade room. Let's see why she's not going.
Just put into perspective for everybody why I'm not evacuating. One, if you're mandated to work, which is more likely being a law enforcement officer, firefighter.
Okay, I can't do the sad, somber music. We're not going to do that. You're not about to get me clipped. Let's see what she's talking about. She looks old and young at the same time. She looks like she's 11, but then her arm looks tatted. So I don't know if this is a child or a grown. There's a tiger behind her. Let's see what's going on. She looks interesting.
So I started a follow-up video about why zoos don't really evacuate during storms. So this is that video. First of all, we're fortunate enough that we're not in the direct path of the storm. But even if we were, I've seen some comments about, you know, the storm surge. The storm surge is for people who live in more coastal areas. It's when the hurricane, like, sucks all the water in from the ocean and pushes it up on land. I think that's how it's explained. We are not near the coast, so we never get any storm surge at all. We get some localized flooding from heavy rain, but it's not like a rush of water coming in from the ocean. And then really the main reason is that these enclosures are built to withstand Category 5 hurricanes. Any facility that you go to, Florida Fish and Wildlife regulates the building of these enclosures. I cannot think of a single facility that only built their enclosures to the minimum. Like, I literally can't even think of one, because why would you want to just do the minimum? These are cemented into the ground with cement footers. There's steel poles that also are cemented into the ground, reinforcing.
Okay, hold up now. So you mean to tell me that the tigers are living better than the people? So you mean that the tiger cages can withstand a Category 5 hurricane? Their poles are cemented into the ground. The tigers are safe. Meanwhile, people's homes are made out of paper mache. Like, what? How are the tigers in a safer environment than some of the homes in Florida? Make it make sense. I'm like shookified now. She's like, oh yeah, it can withstand a Category 5. Everything's cemented to the ground. The tigers are good. Must be nice, tigers. Meanwhile, people's homes are made of paper mache and, you know what I'm saying, just bits of wood and everything else. Why? I'm shocked. I had no idea that the tigers was that safe. They're safer than the people. The Tiger King, like you said, who said that? They said the Tiger King would be proud. He would be. He'd be very proud. That is crazy. Look, that is true. McCat says, do you want the tigers out loose? You're right. We don't want them loose. So you're right about that. We don't want them to be loose, but we also want humans to have the same safety features in their homes. That's all I'm saying. We definitely don't want tigers roaming the streets, because we had that during the riots. Remember, who was that? I think it was them badass kids in Chicago. Broke into the zoo and there was, they let out the tigers and the lions. Yeah, I remember them damn riots, some George Floyd riots. They was letting out animals and shit. It looked like Jumanji, thank you. So that's what I'm saying. We want the tigers to be safe. I love my big cats. I don't like little cats, but I love big cats. We want them to be safe. But I'm asking, why is their environment more safe than some people's homes in Florida? It's crazy. Well, thank you for that tea. We're going to call her Tiger Lady. We're going to call her Tiger Queen.
I'm a Floridian in Florida preparing for Hurricane Milton. I want to talk to y'all really quick, those of you all who don't live in Florida, you've never really been here, you've never been through a hurricane. Everybody in the state of Florida has not been ordered to evacuate. I see a lot of people telling everyone that they see, if you say you're in Florida, they screaming to you to evacuate. The people that are on the west coast where Milton is slated to make landfall are the ones who need to evacuate. So those that are in the Tampa Bay area, that's who is evacuating, and also those that are more inland but in flood areas, so they're in low-lying areas, they're being asked to evacuate. So that's the first thing. Florida is a peninsula, so we don't have any states to the east or the west of us, meaning when you do go to evacuate, you either have to go northbound or southbound. It just depends. Some people are going down to Miami because Milton is not slated to really directly impact Miami, and then some people are trying to make it north to like Jacksonville, Florida, because they're going to have minimal impacts. So you may see somebody say they're still in Florida and they evacuated, and that's because they probably made it to one of those areas. Logistically, it's a nightmare to evacuate right now because the highways are really getting clogged. There's like two major highways, 95, 75. There's back roads and county streets, but most people are taking those major highways. And so there are delays. What I'm hearing, I know yesterday on Monday, there were a lot of delays. And I'm sure as the time goes on today, which is Tuesday, there's going to be more delays. People are getting stuck and they're not having enough gas to make it to their destination. So it is.
I love how she's explaining it. No, she's not attention seeking. She's not screaming. She's not boohoo crying. She literally sounds like a meteorologist. She's explaining that Florida's a peninsula. There's no state to the left, to the right of them, so they got to go up and down. And just because somebody's in Florida doesn't mean that they didn't evacuate. They just went further up north or further down south. She's saying the west side of Florida needs to evacuate, not the whole side. I love that. This is a good, well-spoken TikToker. The rest of y'all need to have several seats. Y'all have been stressing me out all day. I'm glad I ran across her. She probably has some of the best explanation. Calm, collective, knows what she's talking about. Good job. I love it. Love to see it. Let's see here. Somebody, auntie, let's see what she got to say. She looks like she about to snap.
Did Hurricane Milton hit already? Specifically in Miami? Like as in Miami, Florida? Don't mind the way I look right now. I just woke up. All I did was wash my face and brush my teeth. So my face still look very janky, but I am confusion. No, seriously, I am confusion. I just got off of TikTok and I see a lady uploaded a video 2 hours ago, literally 2 hours ago. She is profusely crying, saying that she lost power. She doesn't know if her and her kids are gonna make it until tomorrow. And I'm genuinely confused right now because I feel like I'm on planet Mars. Like I feel like the hurricane hit already and I wasn't here for the hurricane. And I'm confused. I'm so serious. I'm not even joking right now, guys. I'm being serious.
I'm over here cracking up. I love her confusion. Y'all remember that lady we watched earlier? I got 7 kids. We ain't got no lights. The hurricane hit. And I'm like, well, am I high? Because it looks like there's all types of lights in her background. She looks fine. So this lady's saying that she ran across, because these people are being pushed in our algorithm. So she done ran across that lady with the 7 kids' video. She said she took a nap, went to sleep, woke up, she thought the hurricane hit. Because this lady's crying, talking about her power's out. Meanwhile, she has power. Like I told y'all, that lady's looking for a whole fund me. That's what she's looking for. Me and my 7 kids. She got auntie out here confused. She's like, I'm out here looking janky. I'm confusion. I'm confusion. Did the hurricane hit? Bless her heart. Y'all don't want auntie out here asleep. She tried to get a nap in before the hurricane hit. She done ran across this damn viral video on TikTok. So now she's looking around like, well, damn, don't nothing look amiss outside. What? That lady should be ashamed of herself. She got auntie in a state of confusion.
If anybody is from Miami or any of those areas around there, can you please check in? So for my sanity, I know that I'm not crazy. Cause I didn't hear any thunder. I didn't hear any wind. Not even a little. Please let me know I'm not crazy, please. Did Hurricane Milton hit already?
Oh my gosh, she is too funny. That lady, they was dragging that lady in the comments too, the one with the 7 kids. Oh my gosh, who is this one? She said we're scaring her. Okay, let's see.
I look so chewed, but y'all know what's really irking me right now, that I'm still seeing people selling jogging pants, edge control, mops for your bathroom, fucking grillers, burial bomb fucking balls on live. And every other video is people literally showing us what they have to do, how people are preparing to lose loved ones. Like, of course, it's not hitting the whole United States. I'm in St. Louis. I'm in the Midwest. We experience really, really bad tornadoes. Anyway.
You're not even in Tampa, so why are you even in this hashtag, ma'am? You in St. Louis. That'd be like me posting a video now like, hey, y'all, I'm in Minnesota. I have nothing to do with this hashtag. Why are you in their mix? Girl, stay in St. Louis's business. Get out of Tampa's business. What the hell? Talking about she's scared. I'm thinking she in the eye of the storm. The hell? Talking about I'm scared from St. Louis. Girl, bye. All right, let's see what she talking about. She said she in bumper-to-bumper traffic, child.
60 miles in 4 hours. Think about that. It's taken us 4 hours to go 60 miles. If you are a Florida resident and you are evacuating for this huge hurricane, Hurricane Milton, that's about to slam right into the west coast of Florida, and you told yourself, it's okay, we'll wait till Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, don't do it. Leave now, because these interstates are insane. We left from the St. Pete Clearwater area and we hit traffic the second we hit Howard Franklin Bridge, and we have gone 60 miles, so we're not even to Ocala, and we're in bumper-to-bumper traffic.
And I can't stand traffic. Ooh, bless her ass. She got them kids back there too, and they look little. They're gonna be crying in a bit, wanting snacks and shit. They gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, bless her heart. I couldn't even imagine. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. Let's see. Can anyone help us? They kind of cute. Let's see what you talking about. How you doing?
What's up, y'all?
Hey,
guys, I just have a quick question. Everyone out there, the things are crazy. We're about 24 hours from this huge hurricane out in the ocean, about to make landfall, shutters up, chaos here in Florida. But my question is this. I've had this weird discernment. Something's off. This morning, this category 5 was 225 miles an hour out in the Gulf. Okay, it reformed the eye wall. What that means real quick is pretty much it's reforming itself, which means it will re-strengthen and get stronger. Now, here's the crazy part. I'm not from Florida, but I know hurricanes usually get stronger when they hit warmer waters. The coastline of Florida is about 87-degree water right now, from what I've seen. It's only...
Once again, why are y'all in Florida business? I'm not from Florida, but let me go ahead. Why are y'all here? We got got the one girl talking about she's scared, but she live in St. Louis. We got the lady with the 7 kids hooping and hollering. She's in Miami. She ain't nowhere near the hurricane. Lights still on and everything. Now we got him. Now he's cute. His muscles are, buff and stuff, like, chest poking out and stuff. But you're not in Florida either, sir. Folks just want to be on TikTok talking. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can find some Milton updates. This lady is really viral with her 7 kids. She got 3.5 million views. Now somebody posted 3 hours ago. Let's see. See what they're talking about here. That's the lady with the 7 kids who lives in Miami.
We are in the eye of Hurricane Milton right now. Again, this is a storm that has now made landfall, and look what's going on. Nothing. The trees are barely moving. There's basically just a light breeze, no rain, and actually I'm hearing birds chirping. I'm going to stop talking so you can hear it. You can also hear cars in the background because people are, it seems, doing donuts out there. And by the way, being on the roads right now, terrible idea, because we're expecting the gnarliest part of this for us here in Sarasota on the back end of the storm as it makes its way inland. So for people in the area, do not go outside. Do not venture from your sheltering location because, again, this is really just the beginning.
Sir, shut up. Y'all want to see the lady with the 7 kids again? All right.
I'm in Miami, Florida. Y'all, our power just went off. Y'all, when I tell y'all this thing was pitch black over here, I don't know. Usually, oh my God. I've never been through nothing like this by myself, ever. Y'all, I literally got 7 kids. And I don't know.
Wait! Look at the comment. Look at the comment. I'm in Miami. It hasn't rained. Just when? Why are you doing this? Even Miami residents are coming in here clocking her tea. Girl, I'm in Miami. It's not even raining. They've been dragging this lady all night. Somebody else said, girl, you had me thinking you was in Tampa. If you don't calm down, meanwhile, please pray for me. So that person is actually in Tampa while she over here crying, talking about her 7 kids. Somebody else said, bro, what are we doing? I'm in Miami where I'm in Miami where your power out at. It ain't even raining yet. The things that folks do for attention.
At my house, I made sure I got the shutters put up. We got waters. But y'all, I don't have no family. It's just me and my kids. And I don't know what the fuck we gonna do, y'all, because they kept saying the hurricane not gonna hit. I'm trying to make this video right now because I don't want to make my kids I don't want to scare them. But y'all, I don't know what the fuck I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't even know if we gonna be here tomorrow. I'm in Miami, Florida.
The things people do for attention. So now her going viral got the other auntie who is in the damn hurricane zone scared. She thinking she missed the hurricane because she want to be an attention seeker. Let's see what she talking about.
All right, let me do this. We're not a good situation anymore. We're going into our safe room now. Here's the fucking snap. Yeah, I got them. We're going in our room, our initial safe room that has shutters everywhere. The shutters are moving as well as the windows, so it's not protecting. So now we're going into a closet because we are actually afraid our windows with the shutters are actually going to blow in as well.
Alright, we're moving beds. It's currently 10:49 in downtown Tampa. It's pretty bad. For us, it's not that bad, like all the way up here, but if we look down, it's bad. This is how it's looking so far. It is really bad. Think drop. I don't know what's going on with that one. They got a party inside. That's crazy. That building actually collapsed. And Hotel Floridian is now Ho Floridian. Okay. It's currently 10:49 in downtown.
Bro, they gotta get my whip, man. Hey, hold on, y'all. Bro, y'all see this shit, man? Yo. Bro, my whip about to be over. You know what I'm saying? Bro, they gotta get my whip, man.
Now, again, I'm just, just scrolling through TikTok. I don't know if all of these videos are real because we know people like to add sauce. Some of these videos could have came from Helene. Some of them could have came from, Ivan. I don't know. I'm just scrolling through. So until we know that it's been confirmed that this is real, we're just looking at it. That's all.
Esos locos están ahí parados, no sé. Mira, esos son personas que no tienen conciencia de sus propias vidas, mi gente.
I'm going to 9:30. We got high, heavy winds right now. The current is ridiculous. We're basically marching up a river. Tide is rising very quick. Very quick. It's getting hard to walk. Water's almost past the benches. It's up to my knees right now.
This fool is not with the news. This is just some random white boy. He out here in Nike shorts. What the? Who asked y'all to do this? Why is he out here in the water acting like he's with the news? I'm thinking at first, because I saw him from the chest up. So I'm like, oh, okay, some meteorologist. Then they pan down and I just see a pair of Nike shorts. If you don't go get your ass in the house, get in the damn house. These folks is doing way too much tonight.
It's a whole leg workout. That's a leg workout right here. Show them the bench. Look at the bench. Almost underwater. There's like fish nibbling at our feet. 9:30. We got high, heavy winds right now.
He said, there's fish nibbling at our feet. You better hope it's not a damn alligator. Get your ass in the house. I thought he had the little thing in his hand. I thought it was like a microphone, like, keeping it, but it's his phone trying to keep it protected from the water. All folks is out here doing too much. The fish are nibbling at my feet. Oh my gosh, let's see what's going on. What else here? Find some more updates. Oh, here goes one. Milton hitting Cancun, Mexico, making his way to Florida. That was earlier. Oh, who is this? Hold on. I'm looking on another tab. That looks fake. Hurricane Helene. Hurricane Milton, can't find Maddie. Who is Maddie?
A little update. It is 11:30. It's really hit us at 2 a.m. I don't know if y'all could tell, but it's insanely windy out. It's not really raining right now, but it's about to get bad in the middle of the night. I have no service, but I'm probably gonna lose power. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Next update will probably be in the morning, but I'll let you guys know, and I'll show you guys the aftermath in the morning, and hopefully it's not too bad.
Okay, so can't find Maddie. I thought he was looking for somebody named Maddie. That's an interesting name. Let me put in Hurricane Milton. She's alive. Let's see what she's talking about.
The girl's coming. She's coming. She's out there. She's out there.
I am in Central Florida. Do y'all hear that noise, or is it just me?
Yeah, there's another hurricane.
Ma'am, if we can hear you, why would you think we can't hear that noise? Next, let me get off my screen. Do y'all hear that noise, or is it just me? Obviously, we can hear it too. Oh my gosh, these TikTokers are so funny. Let's see, what else? Hurricane Milton updates. Let me also check Twitter. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Oh, somebody's doing donuts. You can't make this stuff up. Somebody's doing donuts. Hold on, let me show y'all this. During Hurricane Milton. Dude's been doing donuts for 10 minutes. What in the world? Fake.
How you doing?
Oh, that's that dude I was telling y'all about earlier, Lieutenant Dan, the one that refuses to leave his boat. They set up a GoFundMe for him. They raised like $7,000. He said he still ain't leaving his boat because that's all he has. So I guess somebody's checking on Lieutenant Dan.
How's the ride? The water's gone. Yeah, it's going out into the water. It's going out, being pulled out.
Yeah, it's safe. You can see right there.
How are you doing? No problem. Was it as bad as you thought?
No. Is the water coming back in or still going out?
It's going out. All right, you hang in there.
All right, you guys be great. I'll see you tomorrow.
You too.
Yeah, that's crazy. But he refuses to leave his boat.
Are you okay? Everybody's worried about you.
It's all over TikTok.
Everybody, like across the country.
I'm gonna go live in a minute.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'm gonna be fine.
I don't think people realize you're so close to down. I mean, you could just get off if something bad happened.
So that was like them interviewing him earlier. But yeah, he refuses to leave his boat. So it looks like he's probably still out there right now. Let's see what else. Uh-oh. This was 4 minutes ago. Is that Tampa? That looks like the Superdome. Or am I tripping? I don't know. That doesn't look... Maybe it is a sports stadium in Tampa. I don't know. It kind of reminded me of like when the Superdome, when the pieces were flying out. Twitter always scares me because I'm like, I be trying to just scroll gingerly so no porn pops up. So I'm just like, oh my God, please no peen. Please no peen and puss pop up. See, it's always some shit on Twitter. Flash flood emergency. Okay, so now they're saying, this is as of 11 minutes ago. A flash flood emergency continues over portions of west central Florida as damaging winds from hurricanes continue to spread inland. Wow. I really hope that Lieutenant Dan guy, you know, he ends up safe because, you know, I've seen boats toppled over and crushed in hurricanes. So let's see. Let's travel over to YouTube and see what the news is saying. Oh, I've been on here for 3 hours. Okay. I'm going to get ready to go in a second. I was trying to keep all my Floridians and people in the zone company. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking in the chat and stuff. We still got over 6,000 people in here. Let me see if we can find any more updates here. See what they're talking about.
75 to close to 80 miles per hour. But I do want to talk about a couple of our other counties as well, a bit further to the west. So Marion County, don't want to forget about you guys because we have seen a lot in the way of gusts there as well. 54,000 without power. That's going to account for almost 25% of customers in that spot. And then our WOGX viewers as well. You guys have seen some power outages in Levy County, about 3,000. That's going to be accounting for about 12%. Alachua County, about 1,000 customers without power there. That's less than a percent, almost up to 1% without power in Alachua County. So we're still going to be dealing with these strong winds as we progress through the rest of the night, and we will of course keep you posted with the latest updates all throughout the rest of this evening. Until then though, I'll send it back over to you guys at the desk.
Thank you. We are continuing to track Hurricane Milton now that it's moving through central Florida.
Yeah, our team coverage continues tonight with Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie. She is live in Daytona Beach. Hannah, the wind gusts there are now up into the 80s, and we understand that you saw some firefighters responding in that area.
Yes, and this was unrelated to what we may or may not have seen a little earlier. And by the way, I haven't been able to tell because it's 6-7 blocks away. So I can't tell if that was a fire from earlier with that trans blowing. Firefighters did respond, though, to one of the hotels along North Atlantic Avenue here. I actually went inside, talked to a couple of...
So Pink Polish is saying in the chat, no power or Wi-Fi in Tampa. And you guys saw the news. They already said that over 54,000 people, I forgot what county that was, but they're without power right now. So it just got real. Let's see what the and I don't know her name, Tampa Bay certified. Let's see if she's posted anything updated since we last saw her. Sarasota. The girl that's in her apartment. I'm trying to see if she's posted anything up to date. I'm trying to see if I can find her on TikTok. Okay. This was 4 hours ago. Let me... Oh, she looking kind of spooked. Okay, so we saw her at 9:15. So let's watch 9:15 and keep going upwards, because we saw her at 9:15 last. So let's see what she got to say.
It is 9:15 p.m. Wednesday, October 9th here in Tampa, Florida. I just lost Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is done. It's gone. I still have power, as we can see, but everywhere around me is lost power. When I look out the windows, I'll show you, I'll flip the camera in a sec. It is dark. It is just my building and the Straz Center that have power. The entire city, when I look out on the skyline, it's pretty dark. I've been seeing these huge blue flashes all over the city, and I'm told those are transformers blowing, which means like that part of the city lost power. Right now, there is about 90-mile-an-hour winds. Like I said, the heart of the storm is over top of us right now. It is sitting on top of us. If I can just make it through the next hour, I'm through like the worst part of it. So let me show you what I'm seeing outside. So these are my windows. I don't know if you can see just the sheer amount of wind and rain and water just fucking coming at us. Down here, this is dark. It is dark outside. I'm trying to give you guys a good view, but like that typically is all lit up back here. There's not much of anything. Back here in this corner, that's the Straz. These are all buildings. Nothing is lit up. There is no power here. And when you look down, watch this street light right here. You can see just the sheer amount of wind, 90 miles an hour, just ripping through. I'm feeling safe right now. Like I said, I have a game plan, but I'm feeling confident that I still have power. If I have power for the next hour, I would say I'm doing pretty good. It is 9:50. 10:49, Wednesday, October 9th. This wind is no joke. Here, let me show y'all. This is my balcony right now. You can see just it's going absolutely crazy. The Wi-Fi kicked back on, which is good. Just make sure this is all clean. You can see just how much wind and how much water is being moved. Let's take you to the bigger windows. Again, like I said, completely dark. Not completely. Oh, okay. So part of the Straz Center sign gone. The wind is crazy. You can't really see right here, but there is a bunch of palm trees, and they are just moving back and forth. This dumbass, I don't know why he's on the road, but okay. But the biggest sign you can see is right here. Just how much wind and water is being moved. I'll keep y'all updated, but like I said, the storm is right over top of us, and it just made landfall in Siesta Key. So we're getting hit the hardest right now. 10:49, Wednesday, October.
Oh, hell no. She's in the dark. Something done happened, y'all. Let's see. This was at 10:52.
All right, it's 10:52, Wednesday, October 9th. And this wind is insane. Let me show y'all. It's my back window. Let me see if I can get closer so you guys can hear how loud it is. Oh. So from what I'm told, those are transformers, which is where like the power's from, and they're just popping all over the city. That is why it's so dark when typically it's pretty light out. Oh, you can see right here the Straz Center sign completely ripped back. It's ominous. It is very ominous. It's a lot of wind, a lot of rain. I'll keep y'all updated. Right now, I still have power. Like I said, I've got Wi-Fi here and there, but it's nuts out there. It is absolutely insane. All right, it's 10:52, Wednesday, October 9th. And this... All right, it's 12:47 a.m., Thursday, October 10th. My windows failed. So they are creaking and making these like really like weird sounds, and I am taking on water. I'm on the 11th floor. There's a bunch of water coming in. That door is supposed to be completely sealed. It's making, I told you, these really weird creaking noises in every part of my...
Okay, now I'm starting to get scared for her. Now, You know, we've been dragging her all day, but, you know, we don't want her to, you know, get hurt. You know, even though she's a goofball for staying, she is giving us the tea, okay? So she posted this 17 minutes ago. Remember, she kept saying, I'm on the 11th floor. Ain't no water about to see me. And, you know, I'm good. And I'm like, okay, sis. And now we see that 11th floor building, water is seeping through. Yeah, somebody said her voice changed. Yeah, she's not as cocky as she was during the day. When, hey, Tik Tok. You know what I mean? You can tell she's getting nervous. She done pulled her hair up. She got her glasses on. I thought it was a whole nother person. I didn't realize it was the same girl. I just happened to, I'm like, let me go ahead and click on this. So she's definitely getting nervous. She can't go nowhere. Somebody said, girl, get out of there. She's stuck now. She can't go anywhere. She chose her path. And we're going to see her through. Well, for a little bit because I'm tired. So, I don't know. I hope she ends up being okay. But yeah, she looks like she's stressed. She does. So let's keep watching.
House, but especially by the back windows, and I'm really afraid that the windows are gonna blow. Obviously we haven't lost electricity yet. I have a blow-up mattress and there's outlets out in the hallway, so I'm just gonna go, oh sorry, I'm so fucking tired. I'm just gonna go blow up a mattress in the hallway here. I'll show y'all what I'm working with. Give me one sec. I'm just gonna sleep out here tonight. There's no windows. I don't have to worry about any water or glass breaking. It's not ideal, but it's better than having my windows sucked in or glass being blown at me. All right, it's 12:47 a.m.
So that's her latest update, and that was 20 minutes. Let's see. And yep, that's her latest. So hopefully she'll be okay. Let's see how she was earlier in the day. So this is the one that went viral. She has 21 million views on TikTok. So let's see her energy at the beginning of this storm versus her now sleeping in the hallway on a damn air mattress, okay? So this was her energy earlier.
It's 9 a.m. here in Tampa and shit is looking dicey to start. Okay, I decided not to evacuate. I live on the 11th floor of a high-rise building. I'm in the heart of downtown. You know what they say, run from the water, hide from the wind. Water ain't coming up 200 feet, so I decided to stay. But since I am staying, I thought I would give you guys like a boots on the ground live update of what's happening for the next 48 hours, okay? So let me show you what I'm working with right now. So right out there, right behind those buildings, that's the bay. And right here is the river walk, obviously. I don't know if y'all can see all the way over there. There's markings where it says where the water's at. So it says 10, 12, and 14, and it's below the 14. And if you can see, all the water is being sucked backwards out towards the bay, which means we are just gonna get absolutely fucking shit on. I was here 2 weeks ago for Helene, and the water was coming up all the way. It covered the river walk right around here. So if they're saying 10 to 15 feet surges, I would not be shocked if it fills this entire parking lot, honestly. I'm now on the rooftop of my building showing y'all what it looks like from like a bird's eye view looking down. So obviously this is the Hillsborough River that leads out into the bay. This right here is Davis Island that got messed up 2 weeks ago by Helene. Right in front of it, this tiny little like dot, that's Tampa General on Davis Island. This is the bay. You can see the storm starting to roll in. This is all gonna be flooded without a doubt. So as the storm progresses, I'll show you guys updates as we go. It's 9 a.m. here in Tampa.
So that's her original video that went viral on TikTok and Instagram. So like I said, you know, and I think she said she's from Colorado, so she's not a Floridian, but her energy is definitely different. You can tell she's definitely nervous. Yeah. She don't even look the same. From earlier today to now, she looks stressed. But you know what? I hope she makes it through. She'll be fine. You know, I think maybe she needed to experience this and maybe next time she'll evacuate. So I'm not going to judge her too harshly, but because you can tell she's obviously scared now. There's water. The windows are not as secure as she thought. And what kind of makes me nervous with her windows not being as secure is if those windows break in, you know, that wind and rain, you know, could snatch her up. Granted, she's in the hallway, thank goodness, but that's scary. And if the windows and stuff are already cracking, You never know. Something could happen to the condo. Condos collapse all the time in Florida. So yeah, she has to be very, very careful. See if Sandbag Guy has an update. Let's see. Which one is Sandbag Guy? Who else are we waiting for updates from? Let's see. I'm going to keep her page up. Hopefully she'll post something. Is this the guy, the one with the installation, with the phone?
I hear the train coming.
Oh, he got music playing. Music.
Waters beginning to rise near Naples.
This is who y'all was talking about. He put sandbags up and then he sprayed it with insulation foam. I wonder if that's gonna work. It's definitely a good idea. Let's see if there's any other updates. Okay, no, she hasn't posted. Let me refresh. See if she's posted anything. No. She might as well go live so we can keep up with her mess. Is this somebody dancing during Hurricane Milton?
Come on, look.
Okay, I can't play the music. Y'all don't take nothing serious. Y'all don't take nothing serious on TikTok, I swear. Somebody said, go in the house. Who ran straight to the comments? Oh my gosh. And now let me not click on that. Hold on, let's see what they talking about.
Far the scariest thing I've ever done. Look at all the flooding, guys. This is Hurricane Milton. Boots on the ground. This is the scariest lake in all of the world because of the alligators and bull sharks. I think that's a snake. And guys, this place is completely flooded. They have barricades built up. Guys, look at this brackish water. There are alligators and there are bull sharks in this lake, you guys. This is Lake Monroe, and Hurricane Milton is here now. I have to show you guys this. This is the scariest thing I've ever done, but I have to show you guys how scary this is. I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't let my wife know that I didn't do this. We did not evacuate so I could be boots on the ground. I've always wanted to do this for you guys, and I have to stay true to what I told my wife. I'm out here, guys, with boots on the ground. You want to stay indoors. This whole place is about to be flooded, guys. Hide, 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 hide. Okay, you guys, this is by far the scariest thing I've ever done. Look at all the flooding.
Sir, who asked you to be out there and be Mr. Boots on the ground? Nobody asked you to do anything. And then it says, wait for it, alligators and sharks. I'm waiting for them to be eaten. Don't threaten me with a good time and not show us the alligators and sharks. All this damn attention whoring on damn TikTok. What in the world?
It is 9 p.m. on the East Coast, and
all of these weird soundtracks. Oh my gosh.
This is the last time I'm doing this. No, I'm kidding. Keep liking this. This is the last time I'm doing this, and then I'm actually coming inside because this is just stupid at this point. I want 20,000 people in here. I want this at 1 million likes when I get back inside. All right, I'm putting the phone down because I gotta crawl out. Ugh. Okay, guys, we're back out here. Yo, like this shit up. Double tap right now. If you have not liked the stream, like it up right now. It's freaking windy, man. Oh my.
These folks are literally in the middle of a hurricane begging for likes, talking about double tap, share. They're literally doing all of this for clout. This is crazy.
My God, it's freaking windy. Yo, hold on. I'm moving this down here. I should probably, I don't like these things being right there either. I don't like.
And then what's up with the spooky conspiracy music? You know that music they always use when Jaguar Wright is speaking on TikTok? They always use that Loonies, I Got 5 on it, or this particular conspiracy song. Like, you know, background beat. Like, we don't need the theatrics. Just speak. We don't need the soundtrack.
I like these things being right there either, actually. You can see, guys, that it's super dark now. The water's risen up more. Keep liking this, guys. Let's get this to 1 million likes. I don't even care. Let's get this to 1 million likes. We're at 800K right now. Let's get this to 1 million likes. Sorry, not water. Oh my God, I'm out of breath again. Trees blowing so much. Furniture is soaked. It's not raining as much. It's not raining as much anymore. It's not raining as much anymore. But you can see, like, it's still freaking pretty windy out here. Barricades up here. Still, we're good. For now, it's getting dark though. Oh my God. Holy crap. I wish you guys could have just saw that. This tree literally was actually just right here. It blew literally so far and it was actually right here. These are big trees too, guys. Like this up. Let's get this to 1 million likes right now. Look.
This fool's literally on his porch. Why is he acting like he's in the middle of the bay? Like, dude, you're on your porch on the second. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. You guys see those big old trees? Oh my God, you guys. Like this. Double tap. We need 1 million likes on this video. Sir, you're on your porch. We don't see no alligators. We don't see no sharks. You're on your porch. Simmer down. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. Oh my gosh. These TikTokers are fun. Let me read these last few super chats. I'm about to go to bed, y'all. I've been out here for 3 hours keeping y'all entertained. These TikTokers are so funny, I swear. Because he's acting like he's somewhere just outrageous where there's wind and cars and debris flying around. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys see that tree over there? That big, large tree right there? Dude is hype as hell. Okay, let me go ahead. Let's see. Hold on, my page just refreshed. Logan sent $2. His places that aren't flood zones are flooding now. Wow. Eric sent $49.99. Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate you. Black Girl Wonder sent $20. Did you hear about the giants that appeared in Kenya out of nowhere? People are saying that they're nymphalins. It's on the clock. Also, listen to the celestial prophecies on the clock. She predicted this. I did not hear about giants appearing in Kenya. Let me go ahead and Google, child. I didn't hear about this. Y'all must not want me to go to sleep. Let's see. Giants in Kenya. I didn't hear about this. The only thing that's coming up is a real tall man. Celestial. Oh, okay. Here goes somebody talking. Celestial Apocalypse reveal shocking truth about giants. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that because everything I'm seeing is like really, really, like it's a lot of people. Okay, I'm gonna look more into that on my own time. But thank you for that information. Charlotta says first time catching a live show. Love your channel, T. Thank you so much. Hope this live is definitely keeping you company. It's me, Fab. Sent $10. Says all those that were crying on TikTok gave me Amber Heard, my dog stepped on a bee vibes. Yeah, especially the lady in Miami with the 7 kids. She was doing too much. They say it wasn't even raining in Miami. Uno TV says, Auntie, I'm in Miami and it's quiet as a church mouse. See, another Miami person confirming. So thank you so much. Too Adorable Sam5 says, if you're in the eye of the storm, it looks peaceful, but it's deadly. Ooh wee. Highly Protected sent 1999 says, I'm a weather adjuster for property management, for property insurance. We are getting thousands of claims per day. I'm talking to all these people all day. They are suffering. The deaths will likely be in the thousands. Bodies in trees, y'all. It's beyond sad. Thank you so much for sharing. And I've been hearing that about what's going on in North Carolina, that, you know, a lot of people end up drowning in those floods. Some people try to climb up into the trees to get away from the water, and they ended up passing away in the trees because nobody came to rescue them. I've also heard that there's a lot of bodies that are stuck in the mud as well. So I don't even know if some of these towns can be rebuilt to what they once were. I think it's going to change the entire face of some of these towns in North Carolina, which is just, it's extremely sad, especially hearing people's stories and hearing, like, you know, everything that they've gone through. So thank you so much for your hard work and just trying to, like, walk people through the steps for their insurance claims. Let's see here. Ola H says, thank you for keeping us entertained during the storm. I'm a nurse at work in Palm Beach, Florida. Well, thank you for being an essential worker and taking care of your patients, you know, while the hurricane and stuff is going on down there in Florida. So thank you. I appreciate you checking in. So yeah, we had a lot of people come in here tonight. Okay, Highly Protected said this. She says the worst part of this is most have no coverage. Homeowners exclude floods unless it's added separately. 100% total loss for the majority. Are you serious? The thing I don't understand with, like, homeowners policies, a lot of times they say, like, if you're not in a flood zone, then you don't need flood insurance. So if most of these people were not in a flood zone, it should still cover whatever, because, I mean, think about it. What came first, the water or the storm? The storm came first. The storm is what caused the damage, and then it eventually brought in the water. It's almost like they put these clauses in there so that way they don't have to pay. I mean, imagine having a home, paying insurance for years just to say it's a total loss. There's nothing we can do because it was flooded. But the storm is what brought in the flooding. That is sick. I mean, at this point, it doesn't even make sense to pay for insurance. You're better off taking that money that you would pay for insurance every month and just putting it in a savings account. Like, whatever your insurance company would charge you, let's say they charge $200 a month, you're better off just taking that and putting it to the side in case some shit happens. That's the same thing that happened in Sanibel. They don't want to insure they don't want to, like, approve any of the claims. They're saying that everything down there is just a total loss. Oh, well. That's insane. Somebody said, yep, I had to add flood insurance to my home in San Diego after the floods we had. My grandma always said it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Yeah, but you should get it even if you're not in a flood zone. I mean, yeah, but you know, a lot of times though, people don't think, if you're living in the mountains, you're not thinking about flooding. And a lot of times that's not even offered to you. But it just seems like they don't want to pay for anything at this point. Anything of insurance or documents. My nephew's wife didn't want to evacuate and leave her family. She's safe for now, but I'm worried. Well, hopefully they'll be okay. I think that will only work if you pay cash for your home. Lenders want proof of insurance most of the times. That is true. You know, when you buy a home, you have to have homeowners insurance on there. But my point is, it's just like, something has got to give, because what is the point of paying homeowners insurance if when something happens to your home, they can just be like denied? They can find any little thing to deny it. At least give me back my money that I paid in. At least do that. These people are going to have to start all over. I don't know. I just feel like insurance is a scam. And you have to have it to get the loan. You're correct. You have to have it to get the loan. Tower Hill says it's an act of God excuse. That's what it seems like. It seems like they only want to cover stuff if it's, let's say, somebody breaks a window in your home, or somebody breaks into your home and steals some things, or, you know, a fire happens to start in the kitchen. But when it comes to these natural disasters, they don't want to cover it. They don't want to be bothered. And I think that's because of the extent of the disasters and the scope of the damage and how much it's going to cost. They don't want to be bothered. It's crazy. But thank you for sharing that information. Ansley Harvey says, send in all the hugs your way, T. Thank you for what you do. Thank you so much. I appreciate it and I receive it. So thank you. Lady Lyrical 504 says, T, if I go into labor laughing at your facial expressions, I'm naming my baby Lovelyti Thompson. Hey girl, congratulations on the baby. I didn't know you were in labor. So that's why you didn't come to the party this year. You're about to have a baby. But thank you for checking in. I hope everything goes good with your labor. Appreciate you, sis. So you guys, I've been on here for 4 hours. I've never streamed this long. I feel like Ryan Hall, y'all. But I hope I kept you guys company and kind of kept your guys' mind off of like just all the stuff that's going on. And I'm glad we're able to like just really talk and chop it up about just the weather, the hurricanes, just all of the stuff that's going on, you know, no matter in what part of the country you live in. Have an escape route, be prepared, have food, have, you know, generators, backups, all that stuff, because you just never know. You know, it could be a fire. It could be, you know, anything at this point in time. So just make sure that you guys are prepared. Everyone have a good night. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to log off and go to bed. I'm tired. It's way past my bedtime. Let me stop lying, because I'll be up till like 3 in the morning, child, watching damn YouTube documentaries. But I am really tired, so I'm going to get some sleep. So thank you guys for keeping me company, making sure I have everything. All right, so thank y'all for keeping me company. I will talk to you guys later. And I'll do another live stream maybe tomorrow, you know, afternoon or something like that. And then we'll get into like the tea and the, you know, the party and the Diddy stuff and, you know, all that stuff. But today I just wanted this to be for the hurricane people in Florida, my Florida tea sippers. So that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. So thank you guys for just allowing me to talk about that and address that. So everybody have a good night. Be safe. And I just hope that everybody who is dealing with Hurricane Milton comes out of this on the other side okay. So talk to you guys later. Good night.